And tonight will be the night that I fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind. What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday. You know what that
Brand
means.
new banger.
Almost fucked that up. We got Lay in the building. We got Cabs in the building.
I'm here. I'm just eating. I promise they
We
never
got
prepare me for
Cabs
this
in the
shit.
building, but something doesn't feel right. This does not look right at all. Give us a second. I think we gotta make a switch.
Let's figure this out. What's happening here? They never prepare me for this shit. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm eating. I eat like a maniac, and you don't want to see that. I'm almost done.
That's some wild fucking intro, ain't it? Shit. That shit threw us to another fucking room.
Yeah, that was supposed to be for Cabs.
Thank you. I'm telling you, bro, these guys never prepare me. It's just random.
Yep.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm eating right now. You don't want to see this. I'm almost done. I will show you my face in 2 seconds.
What's funny is there was supposed to be more to that, but I misunderstood how to put all the cameras back. So when it was on me, I was like, "Oh fuck, I fucked this up already."
Yeah. Well, it was better than my idea because I was just gonna be like, Cabs! And just fucking scream until you figured out that I was talking about you.
I would have enjoyed that as well.
I hear you.
I'm gonna go get water. I'll be right back.
All right. What's going on, Lay, man?
Who?
Oh, what's going on, Lay?
Nothing much, man. First day off. This is a rare day that I have 2 days off, so it's weird, but it's my day off, so it wasn't really much of one. But then again, isn't that life?
Yeah. You got to take what you can get. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yep. 100%, man. Yeah.
Shit, I hear that. Yo, we got Blade on deck for the main event. And I'm talking about every aspect of Blade. I'm talking about the samurai Blade. I'm talking about the comic book, the TV show, the cartoons, the movies, the pornographic flicks. Yeah, I'm talking about everything.
It shows that statistically it was successful. You know what I mean? Like the first thing Spike, like one of the first Spike original series, when Spike was the thing. Great TV channel, by the way. I really liked it. It pulled like 1 million viewers or some shit like that, even more. But it was just Sticky Fingers, so it was weird. Remember, I watched it. You know, I watched it off the strength of Wesley, and I was like, when I saw Sticky Finger, I was like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." Yo,
I forgot about the Sticky Fingers adaptation.
Wow. For that, get a no name. I was like, "Oh, get Federal Star at least."
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, none of them.
You get Fat Joe to play Blade.
Should have. Wow. Should have definitely went no name though with that one.
Yeah.
That's somebody we don't know.
Those Sticky Fingers as Blade, fingers, bro. Oh my god! I think I watched like one episode of it and said, "Yeah, I'm okay."
I did the same thing. I watched it off the strength of, first of all, it was Spike, and they had the Ultimate Fighter, and they had a lot of good stuff going for it. And they had they also had Deadliest, which you guys spoke about on here. Deadliest Warriors was on Spike. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, Blade, I'm like, all right. I had that one. I hadn't seen who was starring in it. I had just seen like moves. Then all of a sudden, I see Sticky Fingers, and I was like, wow, this is a tough sell. This is a tough sell.
Yeah,
indeed a tough sell, bro.
And had to shake on the whole time because he has a lazy eye. Smart way to get away from that, but I was like, no. He was jacked. I give him that one, but I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, I didn't see the show. I just saw like a little scene of him fighting, and I was like, oh no, you can't outfight Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing. You get an unknown martial artist, right? And that makes everything easier. You know what I mean? I mean, look at a perfect example we talk about all the time. Look at the Raid. Nobody knew that kid. Actually, my cousin first put me on him before in another movie, but nobody knew him. All of a sudden, Raid comes out like, who that cat? Who's all of those guys?
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word. But before we get knee deep into Blade, we got the question of the day, and I know we said it last week, and I hope you guys are prepared. I'm gonna wing it because I'm the Red Bull of this shit.
Unprepared, but I'm ready though. I'm unprepared, but I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The best way to walk into this is unprepared, so you don't stumble over your words, you don't forget what you're trying to say.
So Cap, you want to give us the question of the day?
All right. Question of the day here. Give us your most intense and non-helpful motivational speech. It could be anything. It could be a military speech, preparing for battle, sports speech, talking to a kid, whatever scenario you want to put yourself in.
It's a good one.
I'll start if you guys want some time.
All right.
All right, guys, huddle up. This is what we've been training for. This is what all those hours of blood, sweat, and tears have amount to. Everything hinges on us right now in this moment. As soon as we walk out of these doors, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Johnson's not even holding his gun correctly. And Sam, if you don't stop pointing that shit at you son of a bitch, you shot me. What the fuck? Yo, we're gonna call it off. Call off the mission. Call off the mission, guys. Yeah, no, not out that door. God damn it. Yeah, we need backup. They went out the wrong door. We're getting shot at. Somebody please help. Scene.
Okay, so motivational speech, right? Can I do a scene? All right, okay.
You do whatever you want, man.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is me talking to my fantasy football team. It is week 5, and I've yet to see any type of immediate production from any of you. Now, this may be your career, but to me, it means it all. It means everything. More than money, more than fame, more than prestige. It means me talking shit to my friends. It means me being better than my friends. It means me being better than everyone around my vicinity. And listen, it's fantasy football. It's not real. Well, let me tell you how real it is. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I've gotten 2 championships. I need the 3rd now. Now, how are we going to do this? You know what we're going to do? We're not going to get injured. We're going to play every snap that you can play. Oh, you're not the coach? I don't care if you're the coach. You're going to get into the game regardless of what happens. 12 men on the field, I couldn't care less. If you're sitting on the bench and you see a ball thrown somewhere near the end zone, you go and get it. What? That's illegal in football? I don't care. This is me letting you know how serious this championship is to me. Oh, I'm sorry? Your wife is going into labor next week? Well, guess who's going to be born without you there? Your child. Now, next Sunday, I want tip-top production from everyone. If I don't see 30 points apiece, I'm blowing up the team. Scene.
I felt the passion on that one.
Absolutely.
Because it's real.
Yeah, he was holding that one in.
It's the most useless motivation ever. How are you going to motivate football players to do good for your fantasy team?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Lay, you want to go next? Or
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Give me one. Damn, hold on. Okay, I'm going to wait until y'all do this. I have a call to make. I'm sorry, but go ahead. I want to see this.
So this is me motivating my fighter to win his next fight. You know what I mean?
It's useless motivation.
Absolutely. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Listen, I understand that you have won no fights. 15 in a row. And somehow you find a way to lose every single way. I have never seen someone get disqualified for less effort. But it's all right. It's okay. This is a new day, a new dawn. We can do this. We show you all the proper techniques, and somehow you go in there full Rocky mode and forget everything we taught you. That's fine. It is all right. It is okay, because each time you lose, you learn. That's another way you can't lose. You are the reverse doomsday. You completely forget how to win. It's insane, but still, I'm here for you. I love you, and we're going to do this together. All right? So we will not get ourselves disqualified. Still trying to figure that one out. You will not get KO'd in record time. I don't know how you do it in half a second, but bless your soul. You're not going to get submitted. And once again, record time, all the wrong records, but it's okay. It's okay. We can do this. As long as you put our hearts into it. Wait a minute. No, you passed out in that fight too. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. All right. No, go back. Bring it back. You can still do this. You have a young career, and it is easy to overcome all that failure in the beginning. In fact, in order for you to move forward, sometimes you have to step back. And you, my friend, are back. If this was football, you would literally be penalized 97 yards. It is insane. But we're here, and this is the now. You can do this. Let's do it. NC.
Oh my God. What message? You are literally back. You tell someone they're literally back. That's very funny. That took me out. I wasn't ready for that. Oh.
All right, you guys, you're putting a lot of pressure on me.
Sir, just be yourself. You do this every podcast.
Hey. All right. So I'm gonna motivate
John Cena.
No. I'm gonna motivate the entire WWE roster to put on a good WrestleMania.
There
right?
we go.
All
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, here we go. All right, guys and ladies, whoever the fuck you are, I want to thank you guys for showing up on night one of the first 15 nights of WrestleMania. This is going to be the first year that we're going to go from Sunday to Sunday to Sunday, back-to-back nights. We have 6 full matches, and we need to fill them in the 15 nights that we're doing WrestleMania. H, I want to thank you. You took over, and you kept paddling, and you did the same strokes as Vince McMahon. Give him a clap, everybody. Give him a clap. Give him a clap. Yes. He's the reason why nothing changed and why WrestleMania got longer. Bianca, what are you, a girl or something? You're too afraid to wrestle over 3 days? What, we need to get Ric Flair in here? He's 67 years old. He could go all night long, 15 minutes. All right? Madcap Moss, we're leaning on you. You have the most important job here. Catering needs help with the food. Why the fuck are you here? Why are you here? Go get the food. We need the chicken parmesan now. We need the spaghetti now. You never heard of carbo loading? Day 16 is a hard day, Mad Cat. All right? Someone kick Cena out of the fucking building. I don't care if he's not here, if he's in China filming a fucking movie, The Fast and the 17. I don't care. Kick him out. Sami Zayn, go to China. You speak fluent fucking Chinese. Go to China and kick him out of a fucking building for the name of WrestleMania. We're going to have a good one tonight, all right? Brock Lesnar, you're going to do your thing. You're not in a match? It doesn't matter. Get one. Find the match and go in there. You're going to be last. First. All right? You're going to be the main event of the pre-show on night 13. Now go out there and spear someone. You don't spear people, will do it anyway. Roman Reigns is a little sick. He got a little flu. He got little sniffles in here. You want CM Punk to take your spot? I can call him up. He's not doing nothing. For AEW, for wrestling community. He's with Cena. They just do whatever the fuck they want. All right? I don't want to hear this shit. The only person I'm not chewing their ass out is Charlotte. She don't have one. I'm just saying. All right? Sasha, you got my number. Give me a call. Don't make me fucking, don't make this weird. Officer, I'll be right with you. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with you. WrestleMania started last night and not one of you showed up. I don't care if I'm still talking. We got to do this. Get in the zone. I'm not talking about AutoZone. I want you to put your blinders on. I want you to Karate Kid this shit. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the goddamn leg. You think that I want to be sitting at home with a fucking blue raspberry colada, sipping on that shit with some popcorn and my mouth full of blue shit to be watching bad wrestling? Is that what you think? You think I want to sacrifice my mouth's color to watch bad wrestling? No, sir. I want 3 days, each match. No breaks, no sleeping. I don't care if people fall asleep. They better not. I want them taking Adderall, Satafol, and all the other alls in that shit. You stay the fuck awake. I want people calling out of work. I want kids calling out of school. I want doctors calling out of surgeries. I want wars calling out of fucking war. I want nukes to be dismantled. I want boats to be out of the fucking sea when you wrestle. All right? It's all for that blue raspberry ice fucking colada. You don't make these blue people fucking mad. All right? Now, on 3, everyone put their hands in. Don't fucking touch me. We're gonna do it now. 1 for the Gipper. On 3. 1, 2, 3. For the. Get out of here, Matt Cat. Get out of here. Scene.
Wow. I want wars to stop warring. Oh boy.
Hey, that's how big we're
going to be speaking so clearly after this exercise?
Yes. I don't know how much I'm going to be speaking because I was really like yelling and that shit.
Normal guy, what's up? What did you have from Popeyes? Chicken sandwich?
Did you have to stab anybody for that sandwich?
It's not that cool anymore.
Did you get the hamburger?
Yeah, but you can still stab someone. I don't think they charge you.
That was a social experiment.
Yeah, stabbing never goes out of style.
Yeah.
The chicken sandwich was a social experiment.
And we all failed.
I don't know if we failed or passed though. I'm not sure.
Oh, yo, listen, that's a good topic.
I mean, logically, like just straight ethics, we completely failed. Morality,
ethically, we failed.
If you want to talk about, reacting a certain way, and definitely passed. If passing is what you want to call it.
Yeah. That was crazy. Len, what is your shirt?
Yeah.
Your t-shirt. What's your shirt? What's your t-shirt? What is it? The design on your t-shirt. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. It's funny because I haven't since the way I'm working now, I haven't been able to wear any of these shirts that I got specifically for that. So I gotta wear them at some
point. No lie, like I only saw the top and it kind of looked like Huey Freeman's like afro.
Yeah. When you see the
but then when I see the things straps, coming down, the straps.
Then you see
I didn't see the straps at first.
When somebody goes, "Whose shield is that?" I was like, "Captain America." He was like, "Really?" I was like, "I can't talk to you anymore." Like I literally just walked away.
Yeah.
I get that it's not the Frisbee one, but
yeah,
you kind of gotta know.
The funny thing is, in that comic, that cover where he's punching Adolf Hitler, he has the shield. That's what I was like. That's iconic, bro. It's iconic.
It is freaky the amount of comic books that were written for, soldiers killing Nazis. Like, bro, there's so much comics back. Comics literally back in the days were just superheroes killing Nazis.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny just to, calm down the soldiers a bit. I think it's hilarious the amount of comics It's just out there,
Yeah.
just
Them
depicting
dudes had to stay
killing.
motivated to kill
I
more
think
Nazis.
Namor killed Nazis before. All of them
Absolutely.
killed Nazis,
Yeah,
bro. All of these
Yeah.
first dudes that was really in like at the beginning of all of this in the 60s, they were all killing Nazis. It's
Yo, Wonder Woman was killing Nazis too.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the ultimate bad guy. You put Jeffrey Dahmer against Nazis, and people are like, oh, well, I guess we got to root for Jeffrey.
Yo, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about that documentary.
Yeah. I mean, it's creepy. If you like creepy shit, it's a good creepy show.
I'm out of there.
But you know,
I don't
Yeah,
like creepy. I like cheesy and
no, this is creepy.
yeah.
the most evil serial killers, the ones that got caught doing it. Like,
I can't. I can't.
I'm watching them shits, and I'm like, yo, this is the same list, just changing the orders.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same 10 people. This is what you just literally did.
And not for nothing. You know, it's fucking crazy because now girls are talking about Jeffrey Dahmer's hot and shit. And I just want to throw it out there because you know I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women that question our judgment when it comes to having sex with females. You know, they do the whole you'll fuck anything. You know what I'm saying? That's because they say yes most of the time. Y'all have an attraction to a motherfucker who tortures people. It's time to start questioning your fucking attractions. Let's start questioning your validity to pick a partner. You know what I'm saying?
I think human beings as a whole just love toxic.
I hear you.
I've been done with toxic the last 10 years. I'm over it.
I hear you. But if Pamela Anderson turned out to be a fucking body parts, salesperson, and I would still think about her. But something, stay over there.
Like you would keep it in the spank bank, but you're not chilling with her.
Yeah. I'm not gonna openly admit that. I'll give it to her. Nah.
Yeah.
Because she'll take it and sell it.
Here's a great kicker about Dahmer too, which is crazy.
Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just make a quick phone call. It was my son.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they know this about Dahmer, but he was gay.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Young men. That's like the same dude with the clown guy. I forget his name.
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy. 33 male bodies.
I just want to point out the only reason I knew that so fast is because we were decoding the fucking White Rabbit shit. And one of the clues was Gacy. And then it led into the whole Fiend thing. That's what he based his character off of. It's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, I know them all. I can listen to them for you right now.
Yeah.
You know what makes it even creepier is when you open your eyes, go, I know them all. That you see, that never helps. So.
Hey, you know what? I've never been caught, and they can't prove that the humidity shit on the windows comes from my breath. They can't prove it.
This is true.
It's true. There's no consistency there. I get it. I'm with you. Yeah,
One time I almost fucked up, but I went and put the little heart for the girl, but I was like, oh, that's fingerprint. So I wiped it out and ran. But
luckily I had gloves on. Yeah. No, I was just watching that shit. I was just like, it's literally the same list. You just change the order of people.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And no lie to you, the race of the most evil ones is pretty much all the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that got caught doing something, that's a mixed bag. You know what I'm saying? Except for the one dude in Colombia that they caught him and then they let him go. And now they can't find him.
Yeah. Jim Jones is a cult leader. So
yeah, something. You said Lopez, right?
No, Jim Jones.
No. It's something Lopez. That was killing like young children in Brazil. He admitted to over 100 kids, and then they released him, and then they lost track of him in 2002.
How?
Yeah, no lie to you, son. It's the dumbest shit. I shouldn't be laughing about it, but it's so stupid.
Yeah,
that it happened like that.
It is crazy.
And he literally went back to where he was finding the people that he was killing, to the countryside of Colombia. That's the last place somebody saw him.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's not the vacation spot. Well, if you're a kid, his MO is kids.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay.
We ain't going to Colombia for this family vacation. I don't know how, to be honest with you, I don't know how they don't execute those people right on site. Like judge, jury, executioner. Like you found the bodies, you seen all this shit. Yo, you're under arrest for this. Did you do this? Yes, placao. And then keep that house under surveillance.
I would come on site with the lethal injection with me. On some, is that certified? Game over. Give me a body bag. We're done with this one.
Word. And then
on to the next.
And then chop off his head just to make sure. Zombie mode.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You never know with these. He's eating people. He could be immune to this shit. He's faking it. Chop his fucking head off. Shoot him, burn him, chop the head off.
Let's do all of them. Cover all bases.
Word. Like the fucking Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Shoot him, burn him, and chop him up.
All of it.
Your brother's friend got into a fight in school today and got suspended for 3 days. Jesus.
Must have been a good fight.
Word.
Sure. I see 3 days. That must have been a good fight.
Word. Shit. Yo, but you know, the one thing that I'm pretty sure no one's really taking away from, or, taking away from the show is that, remember back in the day when we went out, your parents and the other people warned you like, don't take drinks from strangers.
Yeah.
So if you leave your drink, get a new one. Don't go back to it. You know, if the drink's open, don't drink it. Be careful who you leave shit with. Make sure you know where you're at. Make sure someone knows where you're at when you go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like all those warnings was because of him.
Yeah.
If he didn't red flag all those warnings, like if he didn't go, look, see, this is why I told you. He drugs people. Look, he goes to this spot. He's killing them. He's doing this shit. All of them. It's like, damn. But I didn't know. Like I was old enough to hear the name, but too young to know what he did. So I just knew he was a serial killer. Then I saw this in the first scene. I was like, I didn't think they were as open back in those days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because didn't you get beat up back in those days for being gay?
I think it depends on you opened up too. It just felt comfortable with the dude. Some of those dudes have that kind of charisma and warmth to them. You know what I mean? That's how they lure in their prey.
No, but I was talking about like the police and just people around the neighborhood. Like he's gay.
Oh no, that I don't know. It must have been in the area.
Or is that just New York?
You got to remember, this is a show on Netflix, and you already painted the gay dude as the killer, even though he wasn't real life. But you don't then also want to be like, well, let's fucking bash him for it, because that doesn't send them,
I hear you. It's just,
I mean, if you're gonna tell the story, you can tell the story and leave out all the other shit. He's already bad enough.
No, I hear you, but I just don't remember people being as open, even when I was a kid. It was like it wasn't a hush thing, but it was like if you didn't ask, I didn't tell, or if you didn't figure it out. I'm
not gonna announce it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, I just find it. I don't know. That whole thing was both of the lists were fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Besides one or two people, I was like, you just changed the order. This shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. He slammed him on the lunch table and beat the oh shit, that's what I'm talking about. Nothing like a good body slam.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Those lunch tables can take it.
Yeah, they don't give.
Yeah, those lunch tables are like the women's tables in AEW. They don't break no matter what the fuck you do.
For nothing.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no giving those bad boys.
Yo, you know your table's strong when Nyla Rose can't break that shit with somebody.
This is true.
Word.
And that's your heaviest hitter right there, man. All puns intended too. I meant that.
Shit, those shits were made for earthquakes and shit. Get under the table.
That's made for Wardlow and Brian Cage, their match.
Word.
Mm.
which we're gonna talk about that briefly on Thursday. Because
actually, I got a nice little theory on that. What the way it should have been, and it could have worked. A good scenario that could have worked had they done it right, even including Lance Archer too.
Oh yeah.
So
shit.
I mean, you're gonna have big men fucking use him. What the fuck, man?
Word.
But
speaking of, okay. I was gonna say, speaking of big men, I was gonna segue into She-Hulk.
Yeah, it was funny. So I saw episode 7.
Yes, I believe yes.
And that was awesome. Okay.
It felt like the She-Hulk episode they made.
Absolutely.
You know, this is mostly about She-Hulk and Jennifer Walters, and this was the progression I wanted to see the character take. But it was also like, there's 2 episodes left. This should have happened episode 3 or 4. I don't need this now. I don't need it now. And apparently somebody took offense to the way they wrote Porcupine.
Who?
Porcupine?
Really?
Yeah. Cap, you want to fill him in on that?
So I was watching somebody who knows way more comics than we'll ever know. Like, this dude can give you literal issue numbers if you ask him for recommendations on what to read.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And he said that the character of Porcupine means something to him because of the situation that how he was raised, and the situation in which they used Porcupine in a certain run of the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman comic.
Oh, okay.
And he was just saying that in this show, they made Porcupine a simpleton. I mean, he literally tells Aguilar that Spanish is a language and not a nationality, when there's an entire fucking country and half of the Latin world is Spanish. Like, anyway, so he was saying because they made him a simpleton, we can't get the version that he fell in love with in the comic run. To which Toe was saying you could. I was saying I'm with him. You cannot rehab him now. Because now you would have to fundamentally change what you told us. And it'd be a thing of, if he's this way now, why the fuck was he stupid and never wanted to get out of the suit and didn't want to do all that shit then?
Sure, yeah.
And it's the same with all those guys in there. The fucking vampire dude who may or may not be a vampire, who is either the first vampire ever in Marvel Comics based on the name they gave him, or the son of Blade, which is the dude we're talking about now. You can't use him in any way because this motherfucker is dumb as shit.
Yep.
Because it'll literally, if he shows up and all of a sudden he's this fucking badass vampire dude who's murdering, killing, sucking blood, you're gonna look at Blonsky and all those guys and be like, "What the fuck did you mean? You think he thinks he's something? You didn't see any fucking action, anything from him. Nobody just turns around one day and goes, you know what? Now I got it." And now they're fucking dead. Where 2 days ago they weren't.
Yeah. I don't know.
Manbull and the Eagle, El Aguilar.
El Aguilar, yeah.
Like, how do you? They hammered home the fact. See, for me, they hammered home the fact that he wasn't a Matador, but he played that part so much that not only did you fuck up another mutant, because he is a mutant in the MCU, but now you fucked up a character called the Matador, which is actually a badass fucking Zorro type dude who was used in conjunction with Tombstone to go after Daredevil in one of Daredevil's fucking best runs when they sent his ass to prison, and Punisher had to go get his ass. Now you ruined that character as well, because the minute this motherfucker shows up and looks like a Matador, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's the dude from She-Hulk," and people are gonna be fucking confused.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't know how you have this dude who shoots bioelectricity and he channels it into his fucking sword. How do you not lean into that? You go until he's a fucking matador that has nothing to do with his character?
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, like I heard the names and I was like, I vaguely remember Manbull and El Eagle, and I'm like, I remember them. And Porcupine, I'm sorry to that dude. I don't know who that is, but I didn't see him as anything worth remembering. I just probably that his face stank.
Yeah. Now look at this. Good writing should have turned a room full of D-list characters that maybe one or two people in this world know into people that are like, oh wait, that dude's a mutant? What the fuck did he do? Let me go look him up.
Yep.
Porcupine, what does he do? All right, let me go look him up. And then maybe they'll find that run that they did with him and Spider-Woman, and they'll learn to have a different appreciation for him. Mm-hmm. Manbull apparently debuted fighting Daredevil. If that dude showed up to fight Daredevil, or if they show us Daredevil fighting him, that's going to be like watching the bouncer throw out the handicap kid. You're going to be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You hitting this dude? Like, what, he steal, a Twinkie or something?
Well, with the fucking simpleton, man. Leave him alone.
But this is my problem. It's just like in wrestling. I hate when you turn around like, oh, well, we'll make him lose, do whatever, and then we'll rehab him later. No, there's a way you can get what you need out of him and still present him in a way that's fucking viable, so you don't have to do a fucking rehab.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
You don't need a different to come in and turn around and Star Wars the shit where J.J. Abrams is like, this is the story, and then Rian Johnson's like, no, fuck that, this is the story. And then they come back for another one and be like, fuck everything, this is the story.
Yep. Like, you don't have to, oh man. That's the thing. Like, if you look at the perfect example has to be Guardians of the Galaxy. I knew them out of just the purity of one odd day picking up that comic book. It just sounded dope. Guardians of the Galaxy, that sounds dope. Wasn't the Ross I remember, but I read it here in and out, and I remember them interchanging people. I knew about Gamora. I knew about Drax. Everybody else, I was like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. But come around, pleasant surprise. You know what I mean? I mean, and be honestly, the Avengers were B to C list people too. Yeah. Besides like Cap. Besides Cap. You know what I mean? And the Hulk.
Yeah.
Everybody else, yeah.
When I got into Guardians of the Galaxy, Vance Astro was their fucking leader. None of the people they put in the movie they had all moved on to different shit. There was a completely different team.
Yeah, I had the one I got was Yondu. Yondu and Mantis were on there. And I was just like, wait, when I saw Yondu, I was like, he's supposed to be on the Guardians. I was sitting there mad quiet. I was like, he's supposed to be on the Guardians. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'll take this Motley crew. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
And let's not sneak by the biggest heel turn in Marvel MCU fucking history. Josh is the villain. Like, come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not only did you have to make him the most obvious fucking villain ever, he had to take a picture of her too.
Yeah.
Like that.
And then he sends the message with emojis. So there's no seriousness in this show whatsoever.
Yeah. No, there isn't.
What?
Yo, think of this. I think last week, Toe brought up that there's no serious men in this show. Like, all the guys are either evil or just fucking stupid. And in this episode, the best candidate for taking a male seriously turned out to be a fucking creepy ass fucking bad guy who now got her blood, which I'm gonna bring up something in a second. So we got the creepy ass bad guy, and technically the only good representation for males that we found in this show are a retarded fucking dude in a porcupine suit, a fucking moronic dude who's a half bull, who they literally, the She-Hulk literally is like, yo, there's too much backstory. Who gives a fuck about them? And the eagle, and the fucking dude who jumped her fucking 4 episodes ago.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about that. Yo, were you still able to hear me? I muted everything.
No, I muted you just in case.
Okay, I muted everything too.
Right,
Sorry about that, man. My son got a teammate who he doesn't really get along with, and they are getting into it way too much, and there was an altercation at the field, and
bite him in the ear.
That's what my son wants to do. Trust me, that's what my son wants to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah.
So before you jump into your thing, Kev, the one thing
I'm sorry.
Why is this She-Hulk? So the Hulk, anytime something happens to Banner, the Hulk shows up. Does She-Hulk not have a self-preservation shit?
She's sloppy.
She got punched by Titania. She-Hulk didn't just immediately come out like, oh, it's time to fight or flight. She got jumped and got scared before turning. This dude was able to stick her with a needle. Dad, you'd never do that to Bruce. What the fuck happened to that shit just kicking in?
Yeah.
She's a more calm Hulk. So I like the episode, but like I don't even know how much I liked it, but I think Blonsky's funny. Whatever he had going on, and he's just like cracking jokes and being the sign in the back, Obama stay. I thought it was funny, but like Jen is like, and I get it. This is a show where she doesn't want to be a hero and she's super lonely, so she wants to feel welcomed and loved and all of that shit. But yo, like, this is I get that Blonsky's doing his thing and he's rehabilitating, but like the dude that tried to jump you is also here. And I get that you threw him and they were able to somehow suppress you and calm you down. And that's fine. But I would have liked to seen Jen at the very least, like on her way home, like maybe Google this guy. You know, show me, because I feel like you're just too sloppy. And like, Jen, look, I know that you're alone and you want to feel, you know, like you got somebody. But like, bro, yeah, there's people out there literally trying to get your blood, bro. You can't be so like
nonchalant.
You're sloppy, bro. You're sloppy.
Can I just point out, they made a mention to Josh wanting to steal her blood.
We
who tried to steal her blood, and you didn't turn around and grab him up and go, who do you know? Who'd you work for? Why the fuck do you want the blood? What the fuck's going on?
Remember Bruce? That's one of Bruce's first things. Goes, yo, your blood is too dangerous.
Yeah, to have out in the world. He zapped her blood.
Yeah, he lasered the fuck out of them shit to make sure nobody had it. Gotta be more careful, sweetheart. You're a lawyer too, on top of everything else.
This is why I'm afraid for Daredevil, because even if Emil Blonsky is changed, he's still a fucking soldier.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that this dude thinks it's more important for Jen to calm the fuck down than, hey, the guy who attacked her is sitting here and we have another potential dude who ghosted her who might have also fucking attacked her?
Yep.
Everybody else in the circle wanted to kill Josh, but no, the Obama fucking nation, who's a fucking soldier, who's professed to wanting to be like Captain America 4 episodes ago. No, I'm here to catch my fucking prize chicken.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the goofiness of Blonsky. I do,
no,
but
you can be goofy.
It's just like, obviously he's up to something, and we've seen him in the trailers. I don't mean to spoil anything, but we've seen him in the trailers.
There's only 2 episodes left.
Exactly. We've seen him in the trailers turn back into the Abomination, which he's not supposed to do. So we know something's going on there. I don't know if the Yurt Hut did something to her in there. I'm not gonna lie, when they got her to turn back into Jen, I thought they were just gonna jump on her, take the blood, bounce, you know? And then when she went into the yurt hut, whatever, and they were all like standing out there, I was like, oh, that's it. They're about to get her. But it never happened. So I think it is a cool story plot, but it's like a cool story mechanic to like kind of keep us on edge. But it's like, Jen, I need you to, this next episode, I need you to start thinking like, okay, this guy was there out of nowhere with Abomination. Something don't smell right. I need to hear that from her because it's like, maybe it's too late now. They got the blood, but it's like, bro, Jen, like maybe it's the drinking, maybe it's I guess the how naive your character is, but bro, it's a little too naive now. Like Bruce warned you. Like, I get it, honey. You don't want to be a superhero, but you are. And if you don't want to be a superhero, at the very least, you got to be a little bit more careful. I get it. You want love. You want to feel love. People want to feel love. People want to, you know, have someone to cuddle it and text the next morning. I get that. But bro, you are you're superhero. You work in a big law firm. Everyone knows you're She-Hulk. You got to be a little bit more careful, Jen.
Yep.
Just a wee bit more careful.
Yeah, listen. Again,
I just want to point two things. One, Cabs, I think you're the only person in the world who thought that group of idiots had any tense moment that they were going to jump her.
I thought they were going to jump her when she turned turned back. I really thought they were just going to like jump on her and try to get the blood. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous.
The level of no threat that I got from everybody in that room, except Blonsky, but the level of no threat from the rest of those guys, I was just like,
yo. And two,
these idiots don't have the mental capacity to jump her.
I will admit, I am on high alert with Jen. I'm high alert. She is extremely sloppy. I'm on high alert. Yeah.
The second thing I want to point out is we have 2 episodes left. And the way this show's going, they already got the blood. They technically don't even have to follow up with it. They could do 2 completely different episodes and pick that shit up somewhere else down the line. Maybe in the season 2 they think they're gonna get.
Now, granted, if they would have jumped her, obviously Jen turns into She-Hulk and she's gonna defend herself. But I really thought they were gonna try something. I honestly did. That dude coming up out of nowhere, the wrecker, I was say, this is weird, man. Something's going like Jen, you gotta be able to smell this. And I know it's easy. We are looking from the outside in. But Jen, you also do a lot of fourth wall breaks. So you know, I feel like I'm okay to say this. Most shows, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but you're talking to us, Jen. You know we're looking, and you got to know that we're thinking like, bro, what are you doing? You're a little sloppy. And I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. The episode I felt was good. It was one of the best ones they had.
I think so.
Because it was the most She-Hulk we got story. It wasn't really much of a bullshit story. Now, what would have made this episode 100 times better if this was episode 4 and not 7?
Yes.
Episode 1 and 2 were good. 3, 4, 5, and 6, you can get the fuck rid of. You can get rid of those. They did nothing. We got Megan Thee Stallion. We got a fucking wedding. We got fucking they took your fucking name, and then now you're looking for a boyfriend. The way this show should have went. She turned into the Hulk. Bruce warned her, episode 1. She's confident in being the Hulk. It's like, oh, this ain't no big deal. Episode 2, she goes back to reality, and she realized everyone hates the Hulk. So she has to hide, but you know the Hulk is ruining her life. Episode 3, she does something, people love the Hulk. Episode 4, she realizes people love the Hulk more than they love Jennifer, and she has to, you know, get past that hurdle and start accepting both for equally. Like Jennifer is just as good as the Hulk as She-Hulk is, and all that other shit. Episode 5, real shit happening. 6, real shit happening. 7, 8, 9, Daredevil. Because at this point, I'm literally going, all right, no Daredevil this episode.
Yeah, I don't even, to be honest, save Daredevil for something else at this point. Maybe you shouldn't have showed him at all, but I get that you need people to come and watch the show. But if you are trying to get people to watch the show with Daredevil, and he doesn't come out until the last 2 episodes, well, I don't even think we're gonna see him until the last episode. I don't think so.
He's probably gonna be the fucking cameo.
Spoiler alert. And now he could be lying, but Charlie Cox has said he was only there to shoot 1 episode. He said that at D23.
Yeah, so it's like, for that, you just don't tell us. And the surprise would have been way better. And maybe we can watch this show without anticipating something that's that serious. Like, you really like...
Yep.
I like She-Hulk, I'm not going to lie, but it's the weakest by far out of all of the shows. I don't know what's going on. I get, Jen, that you are the reluctant hero, but you are milking it, homegirl.
Yeah.
Get over it. We're here. Get over it.
Word. And you know what the crazy shit is? Moon Knight, Loki, Miss Marvel, WandaVision, those were all separate shows. They weren't meant to tie in other parts of the MCU. So when we watch them, we're getting the characters. Yeah. We're not getting other MCU members. Multiverse of Madness and Thor's, those established characters, those are meant to go, all right, so this is how this ties into that. That's how this ties into that nonchalantly. Especially fucking Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness. This is what's going to happen in the future movies, and this is what happened in the past movie. This is why Spider-Man shit didn't work. Something, right? She-Hulk is a show where they said there's going to be a lot of cameos in this. So you're not even like attaching this shit to the MCU. You're not attaching this shit to other shows. We don't have anything that relates to Daredevil besides a fucking a seamstress making his mask, and we don't have any other heroes in here that were already talked about. Like, if there would have been a mention of Kingpin or like her going on trial for one of the tracksuit mafia, you know, we saw them already. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw them already. Like they mentioned Hawkeye, and it's like, to me, I get it. It's funny, but you do realize that she's only been She-Hulk for like what, a month in Mexico with Banner. Like, she wasn't an Avenger. Like, you fucking people gotta be out your fucking mind to think that the writing here goes with the actual episode that you're in, and then to think that that's gonna correlate to a MCU. The MCU is another crazy shit. Like, I can't even see the Asgard weapons fitting in the MCU. That don't make sense to me. We never even seen Asgard with construction workers. How do they have magical fucking tools?
Kind of like in Spider-Man, in Spider-Man Homecoming, you know, we had the Vulture and we had the street dudes who were able to take a piece of tech and make bullshit weapons.
I get it, but they literally stole those.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's good, but
I'm like, yo, I would have did the Asgard god of construction, like, bless, if you wield this monkey wrench, you hold the power of construction. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's another aspect. The Wrecking Crew, even though they're bullshit villains, should have been a lot more of a threat, because they're a lot more of a threat to everybody else.
This show has such an identity crisis, and they try to make it look like it's part of Jen's character. And it's like, bro, after you get jumped by a crew of guys rocking Asgardian weapons, you need to be on full tilt high alert.
Yo,
you know, like what? Like, she just goes to the next episode and completely forgets about what happened. She ain't talk to nobody. She ain't call nobody. I would have loved the part with Nikki, like, hey, Nikki, these weird guys just like jumped me, you know, out of nowhere. And yeah, I took care of them. You know, can we look into them? You're a lawyer. Look into these people, which is what I'm saying. After this last episode, after the whole, you know, session that she's getting back home, I wish she would have just whipped out her phone and Googled this guy or something. Because it's like, You gotta smell it, Jen. You got to. Like, they literally tried to poke you with a needle, and then he's just here, and everything is fine. You know how crazy your blood is. Bruce told you about your blood, and we're all is forgiven just so these guys can hear you out. So you starting to get upset.
Do you know how cool it would have been had she'd been talking to Nikki, having to deal with Wong, and Nikki turns to Wong like, "Hey, Wong, do you know all these people? Do you know somebody who can help train her?" And we don't even have to see it. They just go to another episode. And when she fights Titania, she pulls out some shit, looks at the camera, and goes, "I don't know if you guessed it, but Shang-Chi showed me that one."
Like it's too much going on.
Yeah, I want to point out, I saw this. I watched this guy who does like box office reviews and like all the numbers that go with movies and shit like that. He also does viewership for streaming, and within the top 10 viewerships in terms of hours, She-Hulk is nowhere to be found. The only Disney Plus show that is found is a kid's show called Bluey. Now, I know what you're thinking. She-Hulk's only a half hour, so maybe the viewership's down because of that. Bluey are 9-minute fucking episodes. And it has more hours watched. And is number 10 on the list. The only Disney Plus show.
I think I rewatched the first 2 episodes of She-Hulk, and I have not rewatched. Like, I don't get home excited. Maybe it's because it's Thursday Night Football, but I just don't get home excited about She-Hulk. Like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna like. How cool would it have been? How crazy would the internet have gone if we had no idea about Daredevil and we just happened to see that helmet there in yellow?
Yeah.
Really? And the internet would have exploded. Like, what do you mean they're doing the yellow suit? What's this about? And then then the energy just goes on the hunt. Because it's like, bro, I get it. You needed the viewership. I get it. You needed people to be attracted to the show. But you use the biggest darling in the MCU right now. What people are just like, Charlie Cox is literally Tony Stark RDJ level. He's there. In my opinion, he's there. He's been there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you use this guy and you're going to give us one episode at the end? That's cheap. It's cheap, She-Hulk. That's what this show is to me. It's cheap.
Yo, how cool would this have been had this show, fuck the cameos, had just been funny, because it's a situational comedy, or had interesting fucking law room scenes, because it's a lawyer show.
Yeah.
Fuck the cameos. The 2 other shit you promised us, you still failed to deliver.
What is the quote? Resting on your laurels?
Yep. Dude, they're not even resting. They're resting on laurels that haven't even been earned yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is like Marvel has been using these techniques for a while now. The cameos, the interconnected universe. This feels like a cheap attempt at, hey, please watch us. And it's like, I don't understand why there is that urgency. Like, bro, we've been watching the shows. You knew we were going to watch it. I mean, yes, people were excited about Daredevil, sure. But like, we would have watched it. And then episode 5 or 6, when they showed the helmet, then the internet is like, wait a minute. So now you maybe get back end or back end of the season viewership to rise. Because now everybody's like, whoa. What is this about? Is he coming out? And maybe you're still reeling people on, but you're not reeling them on since the freaking trailers.
Yeah.
Everyone knew it was Daredevil immediately. And it's like, dog, we're going to get maybe 5-10 minutes. I said it a little while ago when we started like thinking about like, yo, is he going to show up anytime soon? She has her suit on. She probably won't rock that suit until the last 2 episodes. So it's like, maybe, yes, we should have known, but also y'all shouldn't have hyped it up that way, number one. And at this point, I don't even want to see Daredevil. Save him for something good like Echo or his own show or something else. That's where I'm at this point. Again, I like She-Hulk. I like what you guys are trying to do. I think we took the internet toxic man baby bashing a little too far. And I'll be the first to admit that I was loving it. But like I said last time, the Intelligentsia website, it's like, okay, guys, we're taking this too long. And it's like, bro, there are good guys out there.
You know what? This is going to be weird for me to say because you don't normally say this. But you ever notice how when you watch a specific movie, women go, that's not how women really are. Like, that's a wrong interpretation of women because most of the women are like strippers, hookers, models, brain dead. They're all stupid and they're like, that's not a real woman there. I have yet to find a man in this show that represents any one of us.
The good ones, at least.
No, yeah, like, I'm talking about like a guy walking the street. Like, I get we're from New York, and me and Cap had this conversation before, where I'm like, do you not even have any kind of, warning triggers on your body? Like, wait a minute, why are these, like, who's this dude? Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing everything is fine and dandy for her. But every man on this show is stupid and irresponsible and just straight out, like, they're not even players. They just walk in the room and like, well, you should fuck me. I'm here.
Even the good ones, like her colleague.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
He's kind of a goofball himself. Like,
yeah,
like Jen. That's what I'm saying, Jen. I get that you want someone, and lawyers. A lot of lawyers have really lonely lives. I get that they're constantly working. But Jen, you gotta be a little bit more aware of the surroundings, homegirl.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not even one. Like, listen, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of watched Multiverse of Madness, right?
Kind of watched.
Yeah, and surprise, Wong is in that movie.
Is he?
He was also in Doctor Strange. He was in Spider-Man. He was in Endgame. So, listen, like I said, I watched him. I don't know if anybody else watched him because he's not. Those aren't popular movies. So I know Wong a little bit. I've seen him in action. And the last time I saw him before this show, he's telling a heartbroken mother that is trying to find her kids in the process of killing a kid and destroying the universe, that isn't knowing that they're out there somewhere alive and safe enough for you. Like telling her like they're not real to begin with, but knowing that they're alive and they're safe, shouldn't that be enough for you? Like, what you're doing is wrong. Like, trying to reason with a heartbroken mother. A man that has experience, patience, and some kind of common sense and compassion.
And a lot
That's
of
what I was
too.
looking for. Yeah.
A lot of laws, too.
Yeah. We saw that at the end of Multiverse of Madness. Or the real name of the movie, Scarlet Witch. And none of that traveled over to She-Hulk. I understand this may have happened before that, but you just don't get that out of nowhere. You don't get that guy out of nowhere. He doesn't just wake up one day and say, "Oh well, let me be compassionate now." Sim Salabim put a fucking a curse on himself. And the only other heroes you got that you're defending are like real pointless. I was literally expecting Jen to fucking defend like vigilantes, fucking like street villains that have supernatural powers, something that can move on to the ground level base of the MCU. The people that Captain America, fucking Falcon would have caught. Or or the fucking Winter Soldier would have caught. That he was, anyone that you can make a brief reference to. You could have thrown a reference to Blade, where she's defending someone who was caught by him because he was posing as a vampire.
Yeah.
You know,
or he's a familiar.
Which they've mentioned vampires like 8 times already in this show.
Yeah, it's like I don't appreciate the fact that I have to watch one, the total misrepresentation of at least a good person, a good male figure in a TV show, and 2, the total misrepresentation of a strong woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are other shows and other characters of strong females. Look at Miss Marvel. She's a fucking teenager.
Yeah.
And she's standing up for what she believes in.
Yeah.
Well, Nikki and Mallory or whoever the other lawyer lady is, those 2 examples, and they're in the fucking same show.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that the whole joke is that Jen is the reluctant hero, but y'all made her kind of dumb.
Yeah, she's a reluctant woman.
In this whole pursuit to bash on the internet and toxic men, you kind of did that at the expense of Jen, though.
Yes.
And again, this is, I'm gonna admit it again, someone who enjoyed that. Like, yeah, Marvel, talk your shit, but
you lost yourself in it.
You talked your shit, and you try to make this funny show at the expense of Jen, at the expense of character development that we've had of Wong. Like, and you did the same thing in Thor: Love and Thunder. For a couple of cheap laughs and kicks, you completely destroyed the story arc of Thor and where we last left him to where we seen him now. Like, Marvel, enough with the funny shit. Let's get serious again. You know, Marvel movies weren't necessarily comedy. They were real shit inside this phantasmical superhero world.
Yeah.
With the occasional one-liner from Tony Stark or Natasha. Like, enough. I'm done with the funny shit.
Yeah.
I want to pose a question to you guys that'll lead into our topic of Blade and all that and what's going on with the movies and all that. Blade, you know just as good as me that there are different ages within comics.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I surmise that the Infinity Saga is the golden age of the MCU. And we have now moved on to not even the Silver Age, to the
Bronze
modern
Age. The Bronze.
To the modern
I was thinking
age,
the same thing,
where you still get pops of good.
Yeah.
But overall, we can no longer reasonably expect the quality we got in the Golden Age.
Absolutely. Yeah, because the thing is when you have this plan and you started off and it works so well. The problem is, like Cap said, is at some point, like everything else, wrestling, sports, anything, etc., even fashion, you're gonna have to have that moment where bell bottoms came out.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to have that moment where there was a players' strike in baseball. You know what I'm saying? And then in football, you didn't have any really big names. You had some people that were averagely good. You know, and right now that's what we're having. Because first of all, we lost everybody we grew up watching, you know what I mean? And now there's a new age of kids, there's a new age of people watching it that know Shang-Chi. The pandemic didn't help, but I'm not going to excuse that because if films were still coming out. I mean, look, they made a Fast Furious 9 for some reason. I can't explain it, but they did it. And they did it successfully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's the thing about the MCU too. Like, oh my bad, I thought you were done.
And then the other thing is that the Black was the Switch, which should have been came out, then you came out, but it didn't come out before Miss Marvel. That was a disappointment. Because that movie is not even part of this next phase. It's literally just like, oh wait, that's right, we got to give you guys that.
It's an in-between.
Yeah, like
filler.
And all of a sudden, everything else falls into place. So you completely fucked that up, and that fucked that order completely up. So yeah, no, this is definitely the Bronze era. I might even damn near say the Copper era.
To be fair, there was always, like the Russos say, there was always ebb and flows to the MCU. There were some dark times. Thor 1, Thor 2, Iron Man 2, Ant-Man was funny. There's a lot of, and then you bring it back up with these Avenger level events and Avengers 1. And I know Age of Ultron has aged better, has aged okay, but upon release, there was issues. you know, and then we got Thor Ragnarok that kind of fixed Thor. But it's like it's always been up and down. But like, bro, besides a couple shows and a few of the movies, there's been a lot more down. Yep. And is it my question to y'all? Is it because we expect so much after the Infinity Saga, like, or are we? I don't think we're being unfair. She-Hulk it's kind of upsetting me.
Okay, so here's the thing is, right? It's so like if you have a sports team, right? You're used to your team winning consistently, right?
We're rebuilding.
I'm gonna put you a perfect example. I'm a Spurs fan, right? I was used to them getting into the playoffs for 21 straight season. Like I didn't even think about it. It was like
automatic
Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they're gonna be in the playoffs. All of a sudden, they like last year they weren't. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to consistent excellence. So when it falls off, I go, well, you know, it was about to happen. But I do expect them to get back to that eventually. I understand the drop off, but I don't expect it to last that long. And Cap said it perfectly. We are right now, the fact that I can enjoy the shows more than most of the movies, it's really sad. I would right now, and I really like Shang-Chi. I would right now rather watch Hawkeye than Shang-Chi. I would watch all of Hawkeye.
Yeah.
All right. I would watch all of Ms. Marvel.
All of Moon Knight.
All of Moon Knight.
Look,
you know what? I don't even really like WandaVision, but the quality of the show is fucking amazing. That I could admit. And yeah, I mean, Cap and Bucky, that's not even a fucking question. I'm watching that shit all day, every day.
We're watching that every time. We're watching that every time.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And
I think we are the biggest.
It wasn't on the list that
Soldier fans.
It wasn't on the list that I sent you guys. That upset me. But that's for probably at the end of it. I'll probably get into that. But the point is, there is a standard going. And once we get here, I understand it coming down, but the moment this Kang stuff starts, I needed to shoot back up.
Big time.
Otherwise, other than another way, otherwise it's going to be hard to get me back into it. Kind of like the way Cap is saying it. I'm not saying I'm completely out, but I'm not the first one in line to watch the movies anymore. I need to be pulled back in because right now I'm watching the best shit from the comfort of my own home, minus She-Hulk. I'm telling you right now.
And you know what's funny, lad? Like we say this quote jokingly all the time, but it kind of like has become a staple quote in our generation. Like, yo, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Absolutely.
Like,
correct,
if we would have stopped this after Endgame, yo, the MCU Disney just rides off into the sunset. Obviously, you're not going to do that because of the money. But it's like, bro, like we're getting, look, if the MCU, let's say Phase 5 comes out and completely fails, I am not going to remember the bad times. I'm going to remember the good times. It's been 15 years. No one's been ever been able to do this. So even if they crash and burn miserably, it's still impressive what they've done. But dude, let's get on. I'm done with the comedy. Done. I need some real shit. Make me cry.
You guys done?
Okay.
You wanted to say something? All right, because I want to say two quick things. Well, it's gonna be one quick thing and then one long thing.
Go.
My fear is that they're purposely making these movies bare minimum to try to build up more hype for Black Panther.
It's wishful thinking, and I'm with you.
Like I think that they're resting on the laurels that people are gonna be so hungry for a good movie that even if Black Panther isn't up to par, it's gonna be rated 20 times better because it was better than what we just witnessed.
It's a real dangerous game to be playing right now.
And I think they're doing that because of I forgot him because of the Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman dying. You know? And it's pissing me off to think that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because that's leading into the next statement that I'm saying is I'm noticing that this generation, no matter how old you are, does not take pride in shit anymore.
Yeah.
And I can't accept this bare minimum shit. Yeah. You're telling me someone wrote these fucking movies. Someone directed these movies. Someone watched these movies and put these movies together and these shows together and said, all right, we can put them out. No one goes, this isn't holding my attention. This doesn't make sense. You're literally telling me that you're going to blame the pandemic for rearranging the movies and then like doing reshoots without a plan. Like no one can go, well, this is the way it was supposed to go, but since we got to release Spider-Man first, we're going to release Spider-Man. How do we make Doctor Strange fit in after Spider-Man? Just say he shoots webs out of his ass. Perfect.
You're never going to let that go.
I'm never going to let that go.
You're never going to let that go.
Because that was the only madness I saw in that whole movie.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, he's not wrong.
And then you sit there and you go, oh, She-Hulk. She's a parody of Wonder Woman and all this other stuff, but we're gonna use her to signify how Twitter and the rest of the faggots that talk shit about women in movies and TV shows, we're gonna insult them. Okay, cool. What else are you gonna do with this show? Nothing.
Yeah. What else are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, we get it. We talk shit about those same faggots, but we also get on with the show. We get to the point of what we want to talk about. You literally it's really pissing me the fuck off. Like, bro, I don't mind you missing sometimes. I really hate when you don't fucking do this. Like, you don't do this shit for real. Like, you literally phone it in. Why you make?
They phoned it in.
Everyone's bitching and complaining about the fucking digital effects guys in Disney. I'm sorry, Papa. At the comfort of your own home or in the other thing on a computer, you're making digital shits. I get it. It's tiring, whatever. But during the fucking pandemic, we ain't have no break. We ain't have no fucking break. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was plenty of nurses doing 3-4 shifts back to back to back with sick fucking patients. People dying in front of their fucking face. We didn't get no breaks. We didn't even get a thank you for that shit. We gotta guess what? Everyone's coming back. We don't give a shit about traffic and them doing construction when they should have did it then. We don't give a shit about the fact that you got fucking COVID for the third time. You was only allotted 5 days from the state. So get your ass in here.
Now you gotta get a vaccine or you ain't got no job. Yeah, that was the thanks y'all got.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to be poked by this shit that we have no idea what's in it? Too bad. Lose your fucking job. Forget about all the shit you just sacrificed and all the danger you put your fucking family in to fucking, keep everybody else protected and try to save their fucking lives. So I'm sorry, but the sympathy shit is gone. That whole sympathy, everyone dealt with that shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got no sympathy for y'all. You chose to do it. This was your profession. This is your love. You could have quit and went to DC and helped out Black Adam. I can't. There's no more excuses for me. I'm all out of excuses. You didn't drop the ball. You spit in our face.
And you know what, though? You know what's funny, too? Like, we've had the CG and computer graphics problems for a minute now.
Yeah.
But there was cohesive stories, great writing, great character build-up and development surrounding all of that. So we were able to look away. Now, we're getting nothing but bad graphics and bad writing. You could see why people are upset. Now, I am no writer, and I enjoyed all of these shows. And I do like She-Hulk, but I just feel like I think y'all got lost in your own sauce. It just became too much about poking jokes on Twitter and not really focusing on the show. If you guys could have done both, shoot your shots at the toxic men, shoot your shots, but then also give us a show. Yo, the first couple of episodes were like, okay. It just never went anywhere. It never went anywhere. And then You guys are doing this whole big buildup. I don't even want to see Daredevil no more. Because Cap is right. They're just going to screw this up too.
Yeah.
I think maybe he had to do other episodes for Feige's like, nah, bro, by the third time we see this guy, y'all going to kill his image. One episode, we'll give you what we said we promised, move on. But like, there literally what is the end game? All pun intended. Extremely intended.
At this point,
right now, I feel like this. I feel like it's the same thing with Snake Eyes. What is this show? What does the show want to be? Do you want to be a social commentary? Do you want to be an actual comedy satire? Do you want to be a law show? Do you want to be a Marvel show?
Yeah. What is it?
You are pulling every string, and you started off pretty successful with some of them, and now none of them are hitting like really good notes. All right?
Yeah.
She-Hulk. That alone, a name says strength. I don't know if you know this. Just throwing it out there, especially that last name. Well, puns intended, nothing against women. It's just Hulk is definition. What does Hulk always say? I'm the strongest there is.
There is, yep.
Period. Right? Now, the problem is, in the other side of that, even the lawyer, Jennifer, was always confident in her law skills. There was never a doubt. In fact, all she did when she got the She-Hulk was amplified who she was. There was never second guessing her law skills. Now, right here, we're second guessing her intelligence. And this is a fucking lawyer. And I'm not saying lawyers are 100% geniuses, but fuck, they're intelligent. Because that bar test, I've seen people fail that shit many times.
5-6 times.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And still pay the entrance fee to take it again.
Exactly.
Like, bro,
so now you're telling me that this successful lawyer right now cannot put together that people are after her. Especially with somebody, like Cap said, when Cap said somebody literally tried to inject you. It was blatant. How did you completely lose that part?
And then she has her whole time, I don't care what people are saying about me on the internet.
But then
maybe you need to care what this website is saying you because they literally got to you. They got you. They got you.
Your cousin, who is the Hulk, is telling you, yo, be careful. Your blood cannot go to the wrong hands.
And you know something late. You know something late, and where they're missing the ball with this one is that can be the perfect example. They can use Jennifer to show why when women get assaulted by certain men, they don't step forward. That could have been the reason why she didn't do it. Like, she's trying to suppress all that. Like, you could have wrote that in there. Because then it would have been like, yo, but why aren't you? And then when a woman spoke, I'm like, well, she's hiding it because she doesn't want to, be kicked out for being the She-Hulk again and all this other stuff. Like, there's so many consequences to her, calling the cops and pressing charges on them that she has to go through her mind that prevents her from doing that.
And that's a great way to do it. But the problem is we didn't get anything like that.
We didn't get it. Yeah, we didn't get anything.
Like, yo, listen, like I saw that last episode, right? And if it wasn't for the fact that I thought another cameo with somebody interesting was going to come out, I was going to turn that shit off. I will not lie to you. I was looking like, all right, give me somebody that I know very well. Like, these cats I kind of know, but I'm like, all right, all of a sudden it ends. And then when he sent that emoji, like the emojis, I go, oh my God, is this the kind of villains we're dealing with? Motherfuckers sent emojis after completing a fucking caper. This is what we're doing?
You couldn't have just said
1966 Batman shit is this in modern day? That's like me jumping up and laughing on some hysterically, like I pulled it off. What the fuck are you doing, son? You're on the mission. Get the fuck out of there, bro. You're done. You got her blood. Why do you need to take a picture of her?
Well, I'm pretty sure they're gonna embarrass her with that. I think that's
it's the emojis that killed me. Why do we need the emojis?
Yeah.
How does that?
Cap's been trying to say something for the last 10 minutes.
No. Go. You guys go.
No, I just.
Wait, also,
let me hear
emojis. I saw that shit and I was like, this game.
Yeah.
I flipped my remote and I was like, I walked into my room and I was like, fuck this game.
Yeah. And also, She-Hulk doesn't have enough gravitas for her to be embarrassed by that picture. Like, if you put that picture out in the web to try and embarrass Jennifer, I wouldn't give a shit. There's
Everybody
nothing.
knows she's She-Hulk.
Everybody
Everyone
knows
knows she's She-Hulk.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like in a show when they do something like that to them, I feel so. Like I'll be engaged, but you did nothing for me to be engaged. If that would have happened, it would be like, oh, look at this shit now. Like because we still haven't got a story.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because it's like
to Toad's point, the picture, the way they represented the whole intelligentsia and all that shit, the picture seemed pointless. Every review, every reaction that I seen, every single one of them went, "What the fuck did he take that picture?" It didn't seem like a gotcha and compromising. We're gonna use this to embarrass.
Well, we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen it yet.
She's sleeping with her back shown. Like,
was that like his personal archives?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe, but I mean, it's a picture that shows that obviously
that she sleeps,
that she slept with someone.
And
well, we'll see.
I'm just saying. You had an
saying.
entire fucking episode of bringing in all the men she went on dates with, and one dude saying he slept with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we know. So
I don't know what they're gonna use the picture for, but I mean,
see,
please just. I would hate if you just took the picture and nothing comes out of it.
Dude,
if you just took it, that's even weirder.
Yo,
but they just wrote the show and nothing came out of it.
Yeah, here's the weird thing. Because of Toe's argument that she doesn't have any gravitas behind it, that picture is 100% pointless. Because if you put that out and you try to embarrass her, well, we already know she's screwing around. So then the only other thing that we could surmise from that of an unconscious or a sleeping woman is you then attacked her, and now she has been attacked in a manner that gets most people fucking arrested or canceled.
That's weird.
It defeats your purpose.
I mean, the whole world doesn't know that she was in court and they brought in those guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna use the picture for. I thought it was really weird. I was like, okay.
But again, we're not worried about what the people inside the show think. Everybody outside the show is like, everybody outside of the show is like, what the fuck is that picture for?
Yeah, no,
because if you're gonna tell us again that realistically, you got the fucking She-Hulk. Her punching the shit out of Titania had already had repercussions, and she shouldn't be working in any law firm.
Yeah.
This picture on the internet, so they're gonna fire her again? Like, I
don't know. Anything. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, how I saw it being taken. Like, maybe just gonna, send it to her job or something. I mean, I don't know. It's just I want that to be the explanation, and it's just some weird picture that he took.
But again, for us, the fans, the people who actually matter for the show, the boss didn't give a shit that Blonsky tried to kill Banner. So why would he give a shit about this?
People? But I mean, for the people in the show, like the world, and maybe she doesn't have enough gravitas for it to like stop her. But everyone knows she's She-Hulk. I mean, they gotta spin that picture somehow. Like
I see it.
They gotta do something with it.
I hope you're right. Which makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. I hope they do something with it because you literally just took a picture for no reason. Then
unless he took a picture of an injection mark
and
like to show the entry point or something. Yeah.
That's the only way.
But think about it. That if they don't do it, they film that for no reason.
What's really gonna piss me off? Yes, if they don't mention the picture ever again, I don't even care about Daredevil. I don't even care about episode 9. I'm stopping right there. I'm stopping right there.
But see that thing.
I said I'm off the train now.
The injection marks is the only thing I'll accept.
Because I got no problem with that. If it verifies it, yeah.
If it's to like verify the point, sure.
Because again, the people in the fucking world, okay, you showed us her after a night where she banged someone. And
Titania could use that picture, for certain things too.
Yeah, but then that means the sexual assault and Disney doesn't want any part of that. But then you're gonna show that,
But then you're gonna show that.
Yeah,
what? I just want to know where it's going. And this is the thing about the show. Where is it all going?
So
we should have gotten there already, man. Fuck.
Yeah, before we jump into Blade, the two things I wanted to bring up after Toe was one, like I said from the end of fucking Endgame, we should stop trying to connect all this. We know it's connected. Stop trying to connect it. Just do a fucking story. Because now, how did Thor connect? How did She-Hulk connect? How does this connect? You're losing sight of, hey, let's just tell good stories now. And we're all sitting there going, well, it didn't connect. Like I said with the Eternals. The Eternals connected to shit that's 5, maybe now even 6 years down the road. Did we need it to connect? Just make a good fucking movie. And the other point I want to bring up was Cabs asked the question if we're being unrealistic as fans. And I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that this whole new phase is partially our fault. Because everybody was sitting there like, yo, Marvel is just fucking cookie cutter. They had the formula. They put the formula out. They put out a movie. We watch it. We want something different. Well, now Marvel is swinging for the fences. Yeah. They're swinging. And guess what? It turns out that more people don't want the fucking bat to be swung. Mm-hmm. They much rather take the intentional walk.
I agree. Yep, that's why I asked. Yep.
Because what's the most successful things that Marvel has done in this new phase? Shang-Chi was kind of cookie cutter.
And Spider-Man, and to be honest, like you don't have Toby and Andrew in it, and you just got Far From Home a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would have probably still been a great film, but not what it did with these two guys.
Yeah. No. Spider-Man leaned heavily into the nostalgia and the connecting everything. So that's 2. WandaVision was an experiment. It was a success, but WandaVision itself, now in retrospect, is not talked about as highly.
No.
Cap and the Winter Soldier was good, but now in retrospect, nobody fucking mentions that show.
Kind of came and went, yeah.
Yeah. Loki was, Loki is the one that everybody still talks about. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it did exactly what the fuck it does, like Loki does. There wasn't anything new to it.
But the only reason why they're still talking about it is because of Kang.
Yeah. Kang. It introduced a new villain.
Yeah. Hawkeye, now in retrospect, a lot of people are talking about that was the worst one before She-Hulk came out.
Which I don't know how.
I know why they're saying that. I know why they're saying that. Just because
the depiction of Kingpin.
Because Kate Bishop got the best of him.
And the things I'm hearing, Kate Bishop got the best of him. Kate Bishop learned her shit too fast. Everything was sped up. Anyway, what's the other? Moon Knight.
6 movies. That's 6 episodes.
Moon Knight came and went. I mean, we talk about it, but I don't hear anybody else talk about that shit.
I love the fact that Moon Knight didn't connect to anything.
Yeah. Ms. Marvel came out.
It only connected to himself.
Ms. Marvel came out, and nobody's talking about that anymore.
Even though we loved it.
No, I'm saying.
No, yeah.
From what I'm hearing, nobody's talking about that anymore. The Eternals was a flop. Doctor Strange and his attempt to visit 1 or 2, maybe a third world, that came out and flopped. Everybody hates Thor. Black Widow was the afterthought.
You know, it's a problem when, out of all of the things that you said, Black Widow doesn't even seem that bad now. That's crazy to think of. That's crazy.
Out of all these attempts to try to do something new,
Willie, thank you so much.
Two good films, 2 things that in the zeitgeist nobody has said anything bad about, and one of them leans heavily on 5 other fucking movies that have nothing to do with the MCU, and the other one is the cookie cutter fucking.
Yeah, but I'm all right. I'm gonna say my final statement, and I don't give a shit what anybody hears. Bill Cosby said this. I don't know what the secret to success is, but the secret to failure is trying to please everyone.
Mhm.
And we're seeing that with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lie. You know what I'm saying?
That is,
Whether the man's piece shit or not, that is not a lie.
yeah.
I'm saying, instead of saying you can't make everybody happy, you can't. It's impossible.
Word.
And it's like, did you need to make more people happy? Endgame made like billions of dollars. Did you really need to make anyone else happy? Like, and we've been said this, how they started forgetting about their real fans to start broadening out and make more money. I get it. Money is the root. It's always the root. You are a company. You need to make money. I understand that financial aspect of it. But it's like some things you do for more money just ends up hurting you, man. And
absolutely,
this is a clear example of it. And you know, there's a lot of forgettable stuff. I get it.
What I'm saying is, I guess what we're all trying to say is, don't reach out, but don't forget who was at those movie theaters first. Mm-hmm. Who was at the opening nights? Who was at when you announced the show? They were retweeting it or putting on the Instagrams ready. You know what I'm saying? When Daredevil first came out, or the Punisher, how high people were. Most of us, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait for the next season or whatever.
Yeah,
I completely understand the reaching out and getting more. Yeah. But the people that have been here from the jump, from Blade, not Iron Man.
From Blade.
Howard the
Blade. From Blade.
The movie's so bad.
From Blade. Oh, that's
beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. From X-Men.
Oh my God.
Yo, X2.
But
X-Men 2.
Yeah, what up, Krills? But the thing is, the biggest mistake that Marvel's making is listening to people.
Yeah.
Is listening to Twitter and social media. Mm-hmm. Because the real people that watch it don't go on Twitter. Because there's no place for a bunch of people to tell other people how to do things. Because like I think the only thing you should ever listen to is criticism of something that went from the comic itself, that went from the source itself. If like the Riddler, that wasn't the Riddler to me. The riddles in it were Adam West's Batman riddles. Okay. But when I seen the Riddler, that wasn't the Riddle. That wasn't the Riddler to me. My critique is from what I know of these characters. My critique isn't, oh, the way Batman dresses is a little risque, or how come Catwoman doesn't have more lines, or how come the darkness in it is like 2 decibels darker than I'm used to. You know, like how come you don't have it funny? How come Batman isn't funny? Don't listen to that. Like, this is where I get it. This is back to my original statement. Are you fucking idiots? Someone needs to be fired there. A couple of people need to be fired. Because if you think this shit is cool, you gotta go. And you should be arrested. This should be a crime. Because I don't have a tribalism, but I have a respect for things that I gravitate to. Like wrestling and all this stuff. Like, I have a respect for what happened before. And you pull out this shit, that's criminal, bro. You don't even care. You don't even care, and you're taking away the joy and the actual fucking excitement from us because you don't give a shit, and you want to listen to these faggots talk about women this and women that, and then you want to get back at them? First off, homeboy, you ain't funny. Second off, this is a week. I'm from the Bronx. We're from New York. If you ain't gonna snap back harder than them, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. And don't keep going with it. Those first 2 episodes you got at them, cool. Now let's get to the show.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, honestly, like I wish that we get back in form for Phase 5, and you know, in the future, this is the phase we just don't talk about. I wish that's what will happen. This is an unmentionable phase.
Speaking of it, we're already taking a hit. Because the reports now, which I didn't want to believe, I'm starting to believe more and more about this Blade movie.
Back to the topic. Let's talk about that. Let's go into that.
So I really think that I think I think Blade himself said, "We're not doing this funny shit. Yeah. I want to be ghetto. I want to be rough. I want to curse a little bit. I'm not doing. I really think they tried to play this funny shit off. And they're like, no,
because the Blade character is different from most.
Blade 3 was extremely campy, and I think Ali read it, or whoever read it was like, yo, this is giving me some real Blade Trinity vibes. We're not doing this. I hope that's what happened.
To repeat the report that's out there, the script was such limited pages written that the movie was only going to be about 90 minutes. 2 fight scenes in it. Mahershala Ali read it and was like, yo, this is fucking trash. I'm not doing the movie. And almost walked off. Kevin Feige had to like spin it that just creative differences with us and the director. Got rid of his ass. That's and now they delayed production and pushed it back.
Yeah, they got the guy who wrote Moon Knight to start rewriting the script.
Yeah, and which is sad because we've already been told that Blade is not going to be in Werewolf by Night.
No, he's not.
So my pie in the sky shit already shot down. But the funny thing is, I'm hearing now from people that Werewolf by Night might be too good.
Yeah, I saw that too. That it's like knocked it out of the park.
Which now, how Feige, what are you? Or I should start calling him Tony Khan. What the fuck are you doing now?
It's pretty ballsy, man. He gave us Endgame. You got to slow yourself down now. Just pump the brakes, baby. I get it, but he built it. Take it easy. You're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself, brother.
The first 2
man
years,
gave us Endgame. Stop your noise. He gave us the best cat movies you've seen in your entire life, besides those rubber ears.
The first 2 years of AEW,
you want to throw out names like that? We can. I can do that with DC all day. This is the cornerstone right here. All right, you know what I'm saying? I'm being real. You throwing out some real fucked up names, brother. Just throw it out. You say what you gotta say, though.
Okay.
That's fragile.
You know what? I didn't want to. That's not where I was going with this anyway. But fuck it, we're there. How many directors did Doctor Strange go through? How many directors did Fantastic Four go through? Now we got more director problems with this fucking
Blade.
What do you call it? With Blade? The director of the Marvels is now talking shit because she don't like what they did with one of the characters she's using in another program. This is starting to sound like backstage problems to me, bro.
Yeah.
And if you got Werewolf by Night, your throwaway little, hey, we made something for Halloween coming out, and people are like, yo, this shit is what the fuck we need to do.
I think that has a lot to do. I think that has a lot to do with the amount of unhype, though. The more unhyped things are nowadays, the more people like them. I swear to God, there's this thing right now where it's like, if you recommend something to someone, they're already on high alert. They're like, I don't know. And then they go and hate watch something. Whereas opposed to the same kind of media, you can let someone stumble onto it with no type of expectations. And they're like, this is not bad. I really think, because the same thing happened with Hawkeye. Remember, we were all like, I don't know about Hawkeye. I'm not sure. I think they're just like phoning it in. We love that shit. I understand the Kingpin argument, but also let's not take away from Kate Bishop too. You know, she learned some stuff, and I feel like it's like the same argument on Predator. You know, where it's like, oh, how's this little girl gonna blah blah blah? But and not to cut you off though, my bad.
No. I just want to jump on the Kingpin thing because 2 things I want to say. One, Kate Bishop was already a fucking black belt judo fucking champ. And she was already an archery champ. She was already established that she knew some shit.
Did we not see her get fucked up until she blew him up with like 4 fucking arrows?
Yeah, like she was almost down.
She didn't hand-to-hand combat this
That's
nigga.
what I'm saying. She outsmarted him.
I know that everybody wants the Netflix.
They want to see someone's head rip off with a car door.
But let me just remind you, if you read the comics, yes, Kingpin on occasion does beat some fucking heroes because on occasion the villains win. But the majority of the time, Spider-Man's kicking his ass. Squirrel Girl's fucking him up. Daredevil's fucking him up.
Yeah.
Countless people fuck him up. in the fucking cartoon, in the 1990 Spider-Man cartoon.
Oh yeah,
which is probably one of the best cartoons ever. I never thought that Kingpin was a threat of any kind.
My
He
man
always
had
just
the
hired
purple.
other motherfuckers to do some shit.
He has Smite doing most of the work.
Yeah.
Like,
so if you look at the totality of this fucking character, the Netflix shit is an outlier.
Thank you,
The
Cap.
Kingpin we got in the MCU is the fucking Kingpin.
Thank you, Cap.
The only thing I would say is, yeah, you are correct. The fucking Hawaiian shirt's got to go. That made no sense for a man who wears a fucking ascot. That made no sense to me.
They did take it from a certain run, but I liked it. I like the Hawaiian shirt. It was literally straight off the cover, but maybe it just didn't fit. Like you're reaching, bro. You're reaching.
It was a weird mix with the cane, with the diamond that we know.
I think it didn't mix with the time.
Yeah.
It's just
exactly.
like if we would have seen him in like Hawaii or something, sure. But sir, this is New York City. It's cold outside. Get that man a jacket. Get him. You feel me? Get him I hear you. But it was straight off. I think it was what is it called? Yeah. The Family Business. I think the comic book run is called. They took it straight from that. It looked cool, but it was unnecessary. I hear you on that. We didn't need that.
But to the point.
You didn't need it.
What we got was a more accurate representation of Kingpin.
I think so.
Because Kingpin is not even, I guarantee you, matter of fact, I'm going to try it now. I'm going to try to Google the top 10 villains all time in Marvel. And let's see if Kingpin even makes the list.
And if he does, it's more for his connections than anything. I think not only the Netflix one, but also the iteration that we got in the Miles Morales shit, because the way he takes down Spider-Man in that shit is mean. And he has a huge frame. I loved how they drew him there. It's just a wall of black suit and his head. I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of the final bosses. It reminds me of the final bosses in Super Punch-Out. But I totally believe that we're not, like, if something gets overhyped, people are just walls up. It's like, I don't know. I don't believe people nowadays. The chicken sandwich threw me off. Everybody fighting for that shit. I think that shit is bogus. We're in that world. If there's something that's overhyped or too overly recommended, people just go in and any little thing that they find to hang on to it, it's a problem. And you can hear it in some of the reviews. Now, when you have someone just stumbled, like, nobody thought Cobra Kai would be anything. And Cobra Kai is a bad show, but the expectations were so low. And let me tell you a good example. The Selena show. The Selena show is just as cheesy, just as poorly acted as Cobra Kai. And don't you dare tell me that Selena didn't have as much fame as the fucking Karate Kid. Don't you dare tell me that. But the Selena show was so overhyped that people just destroyed that show from the beginning to end. Whereas Cobra Kai, we went in there like we didn't even care. And we just stumbled onto it, was like, wow, this is bad, but we still love it. I'm sorry for the rest.
Yeah, I didn't even know Selena had a show.
Yeah, never
two seasons. Exactly. And
that's perfectly point. That's the point right there. Exactly.
Bro, let that girl die, man. Just let her live. Stop selling her fucking story. You know there was a Selena movie part 2?
Really?
What? When she sang her concert in the afterlife?
Bro, there was a Selena 2 apparently.
Valhalla.
I don't know what happened. Someone said it was a Selena 2
Selena
movie.
2 Coco.
Some shit. I don't fucking know. It was weird.
Selena 2 Megan Thee Stallion.
Real quick. Like I said, I Googled it, and the first website, Games Radar, Kingpin's not even on this list.
No, he never makes the top 10.
Take it easy, y'all. Take it easy, y'all.
If you do street levels, he's on it. But
Kingpin,
overall, no.
And not only that, my bad, Toe, but whose head did he break? It was just a regular henchman.
Yeah, it was,
Kate Bishop could have done that if she wanted to a henchman. Like, relax, y'all.
First off, Kingpin is brute force. he's highly intelligent when it comes to technology and
There's a lot of connections.
Computer. He's highly intelligent when it comes to connections and being persuasive for other people to do stuff for him. And he's brute force. He learned this in jail when he was a kid, because he was in jail when he was a kid from like what 13 years old or some shit like that.
Or like killing his dad.
Yeah. No. His dad left him to get, and he goes, yo, sometimes you got sacrifices need to be made. If one guy took him underneath his wing, goes, I'm gonna teach you how to do bodybuilding in jail. He got his mind right. He started reading all the books he can. He became savvy in technology and being persuasive. He ran the jail, and he started going into stocks and all that stuff. That's how he made his money. And he started being just as persuasive to people and got them to follow him out in the streets. And when it came down to his father going, yo, you did me proud, son. He goes, sacrifices need to be made. And then he killed his father.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
But what's the one thing that can beat brute force? Cunningness.
Intelligence.
Yeah. Cunningness.
Yeah. Like, yeah. So I mean, it's like, and Lay knows this. Anyone can beat anyone at any time, given the right circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's you cannot tell me that there isn't an instance where the Kingpin can be outwitted, outweaponed, outmanned, and be defeated, especially when he's been in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case, if a highly trained archer with trick arrows and fighting knowledge can't at least survive a fight with Kingpin, then he should have killed Spider-Man a long time ago.
It's true. Or at least
Spider-Man isn't as trained.
At least Daredevil.
Yeah. Like, Spider-Man isn't as trained. Yeah, he isn't as trained. He just has senses. You know, like, come on.
Daredevil's just human.
Yeah.
With some sonar.
Word.
But his strength is nowhere near.
Yeah. I mean, he can hear you moving, but he's a dude. He's a dude.
Yeah, and if you're watching these shows off the strength of Netflix and like, I want that Kingpin, well, you're an idiot.
Kind of.
Because that's the same actor. It's not the same fucking character. And if you're watching these shows and you know the Kingpin in the comic books, and Cap just mentioned that Squirrel Girl whipped his ass, and all these other people whipped his ass, you can't be mad when Kate Bishop does it. I'm sorry. There's 6 episodes in Hawkeye. I don't give a shit how fast she learned how to fucking shoot an arrow. There's 9 episodes in She-Hulk. She still doesn't even know who she is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and bro, this girl, Kate Bishop, has been aspiring to be a hero. She was 9.
Yeah,
9.
She's been practicing.
She's been practicing. And sorry to veer off a Blade, but yes, back to Blade. I'm sorry. Right, there is writer and director issues. Go.
Yes. All right. So real quick, the origin story of Blade, and I think it's fascinating. I don't know the whole thing yet because I didn't get enough time to do the research.
Whistler's black.
Yes.
You want to talk about changing races and whitewashing? Oh, Word. This is one of the best examples. Word. Sorry, Toe. I had to get that out there.
No, jump in whenever you can. In the 70s, there was a prostitute that was pregnant. She was in the whorehouse, for lack of a better name, the brothel. About to give birth. The other women in the brothel called the doctor. The doctor is a vampire, and while she's giving birth, the doctor's feeding on his mother. And the other women see this and fend them off. So he couldn't get to Blade. So Blade was born, the mother died, and because of that, he got heightened senses to be able to tell who's supernatural, and invulnerability to the disease of the vampire. Those were his original powers, right? So when he grew up in the brothel, the ladies there raised him.
In London, right?
Yes, in London. And he grew up hating.
Like you're from London.
Yeah, he grew up hating vampires because the guy killed his mother and all that. And he saw some dude getting jumped by vampires in an alley. I believe that was Whistler or whatever. But he had a silver blade, and He helped the dude fend them off. The guy's like, I can train you. He joins all these groups to, to learn how to do things. And he became an expert in bladed weapons, knives, anything that had a tip to it. That's where he got the nickname Blade from. Yeah, so
didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's where he got the nickname Blade from. And he joined this group. Yeah. So that was his original look, right? Because he was trying to hunt vampires to find the dude that killed his moms.
Yo,
so
nothing screams more 70s than that.
Yo, I'm here. Forget tactical. I'm in green.
Word. So I
love the goggles.
Maybe you could hide in some bushes.
So they start. So they actually turned the guy that he learned from into a vampire. So he had to kill him. Because he was a vampire. So then he joined another team. He was going between teams, in the runs. I'm going to skip to the movies because the movies play a big part in this. Because with the success of Wesley Snipes' Blade, Wesley Snipes was a daywalker. Blade was not a daywalker in the comics.
There's a lot of shit that they took from these films. Yeah.
So because of the success of Blade, he actually did a run with Spider-Man when he was hunting Morbius.
Oh, one of the best episodes in that whole. It was a 2-episode arc.
Yeah. Morbius bit Blade, and because Morbius wasn't a full-fledged vampire, it was more science than supernatural, the enzymes in Morbius started fucking with Blade's blood, which gave him the vampire powers with none of the weaknesses. And that's when he became the Daywalker.
And but before we get into like how these movies impacted us and all that, just point out one thing. MI13 was one of the groups.
With the Black Knight.
In that group, it was all London shit. In that group, Black Knight. That's how they tie in together. For anybody who's wondering why the fuck Black Knight and Blade are together.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I want that to work. Kid Harington, make it work.
Word. But
writers.
Yeah, that's what I was really gonna say. Yeah. Let's make it work. Respect the Blade. Respect Ali. Respect Cottonmouth. Respect Biggie. Respect Brooklyn. Like, respect. We need a good Blade, y'all. It gotta be good.
You know why it has? I'm gonna back up Capsule. Do you know why it has to be good? Lay pointed it out earlier in the show. 1998, Wesley Snipes' Blade. That movie came out, hit the ground, super successful, and that is the start of the modern comic book era. Movie. That is the start where now Sony
Toby got his
Spider-Man shot. Three Spider-Mans, where the Fox did the first 2 good X-Men, and then all that shit happened with all the other ones.
Daredevil as well with
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. So
and the Fantastic Fours,
and we had a couple of bad ones because what happened with what's the difference between the good ones we had and the bad ones we had? Even with Blade, they put too much comedy in it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Every time there's a bad fucking comic book movie, they put too much comedy.
And even Spider-Man 3 with all of that shit and enough with this is why RDJ is so good, because it's not that he's not funny, it's just he's super serious, but then throws you a couple one-liners in here and there. Like, bro, in Infinity War, when Ebony Maw comes down, shit's about to go down. There's a big halo ring on top of New York. Doctor Strange literally had to remove all of the mist, and he's over here cracking jokes with fucking Bruce Banner. That's not comedy. That's a character being himself.
That's
a difference. It's different. Do you're embarrassing in front of the Wizards? Like, even when and look, such a serious / comical line at the same time. I'm sorry, Earth is closed today. It's like, it's funny, but it's real. You're on my turf right now, dude. You need to get the fuck out of here. It's not gonna be pretty.
If you look at in that movie, who's doing the comedy?
Great point, Cap.
Yeah, look who's doing the comedy. Like you said, RDJ. Iron Man, who's a smartass. What the fuck he does?
It's his character.
You don't see Doctor Strange being funny. Thor, who just got off of Ragnarok, came in and was like, "Oh no, this is time to be serious. This isn't time to be fucking Taika Waititi funny. This is time to knuckle up."
Yes.
Like any comedy came out of characters who all Spider-Man, he does quips. Star-Lord, he does quips. Any comedy came out of the people who fucking that's in their nature to just.
It was within their character. It's not forced. It makes sense.
But then you get into like Spider-Man. Dude, how many of us had the fucking discussion with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man No Way Home or Spider-Man Everybody Come in this movie? How many times do we have the conversation? Is that
Spider-Man Far From Cameo?
Is that the real Doctor Strange? Because he said, "Hey, Scooby-Doo this shit."
Yeah.
He don't fucking talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
we all thought he was off. Yeah.
To go back to Blade 1, the funniest thing that was said was there's always a motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill or some shit like that.
Blade being Blade was what was funny.
Yeah.
I don't think that line wasn't meant to be funny. We just took it as funny because it's like, yo, Blade is mad ghetto, bro. I love this shit. That's what it is.
Listen, the confidence that Wesley Snipes exudes whenever he says anything
in Blade.
It's one of those, ooh, that was a bad motherfucker who said that. And all he said was pass.
Are you at your damn mind when you get shot in the chest?
Yep.
Come on, bro.
You serious right now, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Blade wasn't like it's one of those things like Wesley. I don't think Wesley Snipes, I don't think any of them were planning it to be funny, but it's within the realm of his character, so it just came off natural that way. They're not forcing it. And I get it. Maybe the funniest thing about Blade Trinity was Hannibal Caine, but I've read some Hannibal Caine and I didn't get those vibes, man. I got Constantine type of gumshoe, private eye vibes in a demonic world. That's what I got from Hannibal.
Here's the thing. With Blade 2, more serious. Guillermo del Toro came in there and knocked it out the park, came out with a different vampire shit. All that shit was good. Then we get to Trinity, and what do? They try to dumb Blade down. They try to throw in, they didn't try to throw in Hannibal King. They just couldn't say Deadpool.
Exactly.
They couldn't use Deadpool, so they took a dude nobody knew and said, "Hey, Ryan, you go in there and be Van Wilder."
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds has been playing Deadpool since Hannibal King. He did it for Green Lantern.
Triple H is in that movie, y'all. Triple H is in that movie.
Different movies.
Yo, and I feel like Triple H was like, "Can I curse in this movie?" Yes. Fuck your lines.
Yeah. Although I will be honest, my favorite part of that movie is with Ryan Reynolds, Hannibal King, when he looks at the girl, he goes, "Your hairdo is ridiculous." And that whole little scene, he's like, "I just had garlic and I farted." Like that, it was funny, but it's not what I was looking for there. It's stupid.
But it's only funny because this motherfucker is Deadpool.
Like, exactly. And like, although that's not the Hannibal Caine that we knew, it still just worked for himself. Like if Jessica Biel were doing the comedy, no.
Somebody said that, I think last week or the week before, where somebody brought up, it might have been late, where somebody brought up like some of the shit we found funny in the golden age of MCU wasn't what you wrote. It was the actors brought what you wrote to another level. That's the same thing with Ryan. Like Ryan, just him makes certain shit funny. But if you put in any other actor in that goddamn role, that's the dumbest fucking shit you could have wrote.
Big facts.
And again, we're talking about the legacy character. Because in terms of movies, for Marvel, Blue Marvel and the MCU, who gives a shit? Blade is the first black hero.
Yeah.
And Blade
for a lot of people.
Blade was such a big hit. Dude, this is how good Blade was. Blade was such a big hit that Black Panther had to be the movie for the culture, for the African nation, for African Americans. Blade was just a fucking movie for us, for everybody.
Absolutely, yeah.
Blade transcended the whole, oh, he's a black hero. Blade was just a fucking hero.
Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
And it's crazy how that happened when there was more racism around than there was now.
Well, I mean, 1998 wasn't that bad.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like it was one of those you picked and choose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it happened in a time. Again, it happened in a time where what I'm telling you, nobody brought up Blade in the conversation of black superheroes because Wesley Snipes is just so fucking cool and charismatic. He just made movies for everybody.
Yeah.
I've never heard of any Wesley Snipes film as a black film.
Yeah, it's just Wesley.
It's just not even White Man Can't Jump.
No. And it's funny because that one is literally a racial movie. In every sense of the word.
It's in the title. It's in the title. White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. But you know,
it's
I mean,
pretty. It's so pretty.
I feel like
Shout out to Wesley, man.
When you see Blade come out, right? By the way, it came out almost a couple of years after The Crow, and it gave you the same vibe, right?
Yeah,
and
I hear that.
You go, huh?
I hear that.
You get right off that, you get that. But then also you get the Crow vibe and you get the coolness, and you mix that together. I mean, what else do you want? You know what I'm saying? Yep. And then, of course, you get the trench coat blowing in the wind. Got to get that out there. You know what I'm saying? That happened right at the beginning, too, by the way. I was like, how windy is it in the city?
And dude, that was, Blade Trinity turned into our worst nightmare, Underworld.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah.
It turned into Underworld.
It's funny how you went from 2 to that, because 2 got darker than the first one.
Yeah.
I think that's why Wesley torpedoed the movie, though, because he was like, bro, y'all killing this shit. He was like, bro, remember the whole scene where he didn't want to open his eyes?
Yeah.
So they had to, like, CG his eyes open. Yo,
what?
Yes.
Scene.
So there is a part in Trinity. So clearly Wesley Snipes was over it at this point because, bro, he was trying Ryan Reynolds every time. He kept calling him the white boy. He would be in his trailer smoking weed all day and just not giving a fuck. Like, he was over it, but contractually he had to finish this movie. There is a scene where he had to, like, have his eyes open. They were doing something to his eyes. And he was like, nah, man, I'm not going to open my eyes. I'm not going to open my eyes. And in retrospect, you can look back and you can see that they CG his eyes on him. You can see it. You can YouTube it.
I think it's the interrogation scene.
Could be. Yeah, could be. You can YouTube it, bro. The Blade fake eyes. It's the first thing that comes out on YouTube.
But look at this.
You can tell that his eyes are closed, bro. It's so funny, fam. Oh, it's like when they're dissecting him.
Oh, that's when Dracula morphs into him, then he morphs back. He's supposed to open his eyes and come to life.
Yo, bro.
You can definitely tell.
It looks so bad.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
It's horrible.
Oh
wow,
word. Oh my word. It looks so bad. I paused it at the perfect spot. Oh my God. I paused it in the perfect spot, bro. Hold on. Can I share my screen right quick? What happens if I share my screen, Toe?
I it's in the green room, and then I can bring it up. And then here.
Look at that shit, bro. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's look. His eyes were closed. They had to CG the eyes on because he would not open his eyes here. It's so funny. I'll stop sharing.
Yo, that's because David S. Goyer doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, it's true.
That dude is the Vince Russo
of
movies. Because he did some good shit while he was under other people and he had someone to guide him. Then they were like, oh, he's good, and let him go on his own.
Do it on your
own.
And
he fucked up a ton of shit.
Can I ask
But
you
the
guys a
funny thing is
question?
they kept feeding him money to do more bad shit.
Well, there was a time in the late 90s and early 2000s where a lot of people were getting the money to do some dumb shit.
I mean, the House of the Deads, all the Resident Evils.
Yeah.
The first one was Resident Evils.
The first one was okay.
Yeah. What?
But not really. The first one was okay. I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like Blade 1 or 2 better? Ooh. I think 2 is incredible.
Yeah.
I personally like 1,
but I love
a little
1
bit more.
Yeah. All right, so
I hear you.
Only because I really don't like Steven Dwarf. I hope that's what his name is. But for some reason, they made him likable in that movie.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you gotta give credit to that. I mean, Guillermo del Toro, 80% of what he does is a fucking slam dunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I mean, come on. He made the first Pacific Rim one of the fucking best goddamn monster movies I've ever seen. Robots actually fighting monsters. You can actually see the fight, no shaky cam. That's how good Guillermo del Toro is.
It's true.
Pacific Rim is elite movie. Elite.
So I think like Blade 2 is kind of like cheating when you bring it up because it had Michael Jordan there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I like the whole group that shows themselves up. I like the bad guy. Fucking Resident Evil thing. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like some of the upgrades that Blade got. I just thought he was just cool, But no, hey, that's why I asked, because Blade 1 or 2 could go either way. Like, I love Blade 1. I just saw Blade 1 a couple months back. I actually got some kind of cable here and I was watching it and it was just there. I think it was on like FX or something. Sounds like a place where you could see Blade.
Yeah, it does actually.
Absolutely.
So I just left it. Like, I love either 1 or 2, man. It could really go in either way.
That stuff. I love 2 from how much darker it is.
It got way darker.
Yeah, it got so much darker, and the fact that Blade doesn't work with the people he's trying to kill, wants to build it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
I think the villain was.
No, I have to go 1.
The villain was real good.
It's something about that rave scene at the very beginning that you can't duplicate that no matter how much you try. Like him literally walking in there. It's a daywalker. You somebody, I don't know who that dude is, but pay him all the money. He goes, it's a daywalker. After that, it's set. And he smiles on some, you're all dead in here. Just, I don't know if you know this, but everybody here's dead. Everybody. You all get it.
Not to mention, there's nothing in Blade 2. Blade 2 is a good movie. I'm not knocking Blade 2.
No.
There's nothing in Blade 2 that creeps me out more than that fat fucking
in Blade 1.
In Blade 1,
whatever that is.
Mojo looking motherfucker.
Yes.
He shines the light on him.
With the light.
Oh my god, that's fucking disturbing.
That was.
I could literally smell the skin burning outside the TV. Yes, I can smell it. Yeah, for sure. That was wild.
Oh, the name of the character is Pearl.
Really?
I didn't know that. My lady just told me it's Pearl, the name of the character. She just recently saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
We need Blade to be good.
Something like I don't know. I was thinking something real. If
I could use my shield on a Marvel property movie coming up, it's Blade. I need Blade to be good, man.
You know what? The thing is with Blade is that he did a lot of teamworks, for different teams and all that. And I know you guys want Marvel Knights and whatever that is.
Give me all the kaiju movies.
Word.
The good ones.
But he also brings in Dracula.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember Dracula was supposed to be in the MCU with his own little universe with the Wolfman and all that, and that got kiboshed. The guy who played Dracula in the Dracula movie is a phenomenal actor. You put him in the MCU as Dracula against Blade, Blade guy is a phenomenal.
The
guy who did No One Lives.
Oh, Luke Evans.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot that was his name. I was thinking in my head that, but I did it. Evan Lukes. I was like,
yeah.
Nah, you gotta ask because there's like 15 fucking Dracula.
oh no, yeah,
at any given
yeah.
time.
It could have been the guy from Blade Trinity.
Yeah, no, fuck him. Fuck
he's
Mr.
garbage,
Freeze.
bro.
What Mr. Cold?
Heat Wave.
You know,
That's
he
from
fucked
Prison
up
Break.
Dracula. Yeah. Mr.
Yo.
Cold from Flash. And
Motherfucker.
legendary
from Flash. From Flash.
Oh no, yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Yo,
Motherfucker.
that character, that actor is so trash that they literally, his best thing is them going, "Hey, you're gonna get put in jail and then broken out and then put in jail again and then
broken out again
and then put in jail."
I like season 1 of Prison Break. I did not like anything after season 1. Anything.
What the coolest thing about Prison Break is if you ever watched the TV show Breakout Kings.
I have not. No.
Oh, so
dude,
in Breakout
it's all
Kings, the guy that left with them in Prison Break that got his hand cut off, he broke out, and that same exact character is in Breakout Kings.
Really?
And they expand on him even more, and it's kind of fucking dope.
Who was it that got the hand cut off? It wasn't Sucre.
The
It was
creepy
the
dude.
Southern dude,
Okay.
the really creepy white fucking
Not
Southern
the Spanish guy. Oh, okay.
No,
I know.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember him. Skinny dude.
Yep.
Yes. With the dirty tank top every time.
Yeah, he looks
That
like a
tank
child
top
molester.
was, yeah. And he
Yeah, but to
he
go
was
back,
good. I liked him.
Yeah.
to go back to Blade, this has to work only because you picked probably the only logical person who could step in for Wesley Snipes and Mahershala Ali.
Someone who's done comic book shit already, so he knows the vibe. You know
But
what I'm saying?
even not comic book, just you got to match the coolness of Wesley Snipes. Mahershala Ali is probably the only logical pick.
He could have done Wesker.
Idris Elba.
He could have done Wesker.
Yeah.
He could have done Wesker in the Resident Evil show.
Not only that, Blade 1 hits so many fucking benchmarks.
It does, man.
This has to, you have to knock this out of the park.
Yeah.
And you're introducing the Black Knight, which is a character that in today's day and age makes no type of sense.
Yeah. Like, yo, bro, that shit is coming down from generations of like King Arthur's court and all of this shit. And he finds the ebony blade. And yeah, that shit makes no, like, how you can, bro, that you're damn, Cap. You just scared me.
You want to talk about
that.
reaching.
Yeah, you just scared me saying that. And I think they did okay. I think they did okay when he was telling Cersei, like, I got a weird family history.
Yeah.
Let's build off that. Yeah.
The funny thing is, if you do have Dracula has a past with Cap during the World War, because at one point they did attack Transylvania. You know what I'm saying? And that did happen.
Jesus.
So you can kind of like, there is connections to there's even connections with Dracula and Wolverine.
Comic books are nuts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, it's there to be used. Just pick up a fucking comic book and you can see it. It's right there. You can introduce so many people through mutants alone, let alone Blade.
Yeah, right?
Think about Blade. Another reason Blade has to hit, and it's the most stupid and pedantic reason I could think of. But just think of the argument between Bucky and Sam.
Oh, yeah.
When they turn around and like, we had to fight aliens, robots, wizards, and now fucking vampires.
I'd have been
But
like,
they just add more to their
he
list.
didn't fight him. Blade fought him. He goes,
I mean,
Blade fought him.
And if we don't get Dracula, we can get the daughter of Dracula, Lilith, which has to do with all of that Midnight Suns and all of that shit. Maybe we can get
demons.
Yeah, maybe we can get some Lilith in there. You have to bring up Lilith.
And I'm telling you, this is where
we can work up to Dracula.
Yeah, that's where we need that supernatural team element. Like I said, you can have space, you can have this, but you can also have that.
Yeah.
Where's really the Midnight Suns that were chosen? Makes sense.
And if the movie is really gonna be that bad, Just give us the Ghost Rider and all is forgiven.
Yeah.
Just give us the Ghost Rider.
You know, also,
if it's gonna be that back to story cameos and fuck it, let's ride it out.
You know,
we did that with Multiverse.
Yeah. And also, Cap keeps going, we don't need all this stuff to connect. This can be the palate cleanser that everybody says that Ant-Man was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
just in a serious manner.
Yeah, because like you know, it's like, oh, he could be on this team, he could do this, he could bring this in, and it's like, yeah, he can, but none of that really is like, he's not gonna fight Kang. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't see him giving a shit. He wants to kill vampires.
Yeah, his thing is the supernatural.
Yeah.
Blade is really solely focused. You're right.
Yeah, y'all go save the universe. I'm gonna go save the underworld.
Yeah, when there's a time where it's like, all right, these movies ain't hitting, or we just got finished with phase 1. We need that cleanse, and then we'll go into the next phase. Bring in Blade, bring in the Black Knight, bring in all these other things, because all we really want are MCU movies. We want good MCU movies. I don't want to watch a movie that everybody suggested and then you threw it on the plate. You know what I'm saying? This isn't clean out the refrigerator, let's eat the leftovers. You know what I'm saying? But I can see Blade being that. And also, he's been in there with Spider-Man. He can be in there with Punisher and Daredevil. You know, like, this is so much. He can be the catalyst. He could be the Iron Man for all the street level guys.
Before Far From Home came out, maybe even Homecoming, I think. I had no. It was before Far From Home came out. I had a pie in the sky theory that this was way back. It's like what, 2017, 2018, I believe. I had a pie in the sky theory that we would get Blade introduced through Spider-Man, how it happened in the animated show, because all of the Morbius talk has been around for a long time. I don't know if people realize that. They've been talking about Morbius forever, and it finally just came out. But when the Morbius talk started getting, up there, I was like, yo, so what if at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, you got Peter back home, swinging around, he sees like some kind of sacrificial, like, he sees like a steak or something, and then he's like, what the hell? There's vampires in New York? And then you just see like Blade in the back, just, that's not what we got, but I'm glad we got Blade. Now, how do we do it well?
Yeah.
How do we do it well? So I see you percolating over there. I see you brewing. How do we do it well, guys?
You know how you do this well? You remember that Marvel Comics, Timely Comics, got its start on horror comics. You want to make this good? You lean into this is Marvel's horror movie.
Not Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Sadness.
That's what we were promised.
We were promised that, and then Scott Derrickson left, and then Sam Raimi came in and was like, hey, Evil Dead technically is a fucking horror movie. That's what the fuck we got.
Let's do a music battle.
Yeah, and this is my problem with the MCU right now is I love the Evil Dead, and it's making me talk shit about things I love. But what you do is you make this the horror movie. You make this the movie that casuals are like, I don't know if I want to. That shit looks scary as fuck. I don't know if I want to go in there and see it. And then diehards are gonna be like, oh no, you coming with me? We watching this one. You gotta watch this one, because what's the one thing missing? This is the perfect blend. What's the one thing missing from every horror movie? Well, let me not ask that. What's the one thing I think is missing from every horror movie that has a big bad slasher in it? The one dude
I could take him on.
Somebody that goes toe to toe.
Yep.
Because Michael Myers is fucking supernatural or whatever. Somebody has got to be able to fucking fuck this dude up.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to. That's why, as dumb as it is, that's why I love the one with Busta Rhymes. Because at least they gave somebody. They gave a male in the genre more than just a little bitch who's gonna either run or get killed in 30 seconds. He stood up. He fought back. This is the movie logically go, yo, we got a scary ass fucking slasher, vampire, whatever, running around. Horror, killing everybody. Who's gonna stop this? Oh, we got somebody. Blade is just as fucking badass. Blade is just as fucking scary, if not scarier. Blade is just as fucking fast, strong. And now when you get to the end, you're like, okay, this is the showdown I want to see. This is the Freddy versus Jason fight where we're like, yo, who the fuck is going to win this? Yep. For me, that's how you don't even need to make it rated R. You just need to write it well. And you want to make it different? Make it horror. This is fucking underworld, fucking Bruja shit, man.
This is the best place to use it. I just want us to care for Blade as seamlessly as we did the first time. We didn't need any backstory before we already loved him. We saw Blade immediately. We fell for him. We fell for the look. We fell for the attitude. We fell for the movesets, the skills, the wittiness, the banter. And then when you showed us some backstory with his mom and the girl who he sees get bit, and the parallels between seeing his mom down and seeing this girl down, just make us believe in Blade. Don't worry about making us believe in vampires and all of that shit. This is the MCU. We know that this shit is around. Just make us care for Blade immediately. And when you do hone in on the story, also make us care about that. But also let us see a little bit of how wrong Blade can be. Maybe we can have a situation where he's just going a little too far. Like, yo, we hunting vampires, dude. Feel me? Like, I get that you want your answer from this low-level thug, but you need to calm down. We're here to kill the supernatural. So give us that character conflict where it's like, this is a man who has just been through the ringer and he wants to do well, but he is going to get there by any means necessary. And sometimes he can step over the line. And I think we have a decent Blade flick. You know, that's what I need to see from this guy. And yeah, you don't have to make it R, but I'm gonna need at least a PG-13 on this. If I don't hear Blade say shit once or something, and we've heard Cap and a bunch of people say it, but I need something. You don't gotta be R, but give us the highest before you could get to R, which is PG-13. Let's keep give me a real gritty look at New York. Like, it doesn't have to be Among Us type of shit. You know, like where it's like, you know, certain people can see the certain dark side of New York or whatnot, right? But let me see, like, give me a focus on the gringy alleys. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see what what the MCU hasn't shown us before. Like, we always see, you know, it's morning time. We see people moving about their lives like shit is fine. You know, I want to see some like areas at night where people are afraid to get home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear, you know, radio, you know, phone calls or maybe like cop CB radios and shit talking about, oh, this is the 5th victim with puncture marks on their neck. Like, let me feel the intensity of the world and the underworld ASAP. You know what I'm saying? And I think we could be all right. Give me steam. Give me dark alleys. You know, give me crime. Like, give me the grit. Like, if you can just make Daredevil times 100 with Blade, I think we have a good start point. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see from this movie. Big time. Please do Blade right, man. I'm telling you guys, if I could shield one of these movies, I'm shielding Blade. I've been saying this for such a long time that I want a good Blade film. And once they put up Ali as Blade, I said, you can't get better than that. And then you have Wesley Snipes give him the okay. Like, yes, that is Blade. I'm with that. When Wesley Snipes gives you the okay, the cosign, now this is for Wesley. Like at the beginning of this movie, I wanted to say for Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? I want, like, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, and how good of a story would it be, seeing as the original Blade paved the way for the comic book movies, and then we can have this Blade, or maybe it's too late now because there's gonna be a bunch of movies before it, but maybe we can have this Blade do its own like uptick and jump start to maybe something a little bit more supernatural, maybe something a little bit that's like, hey Marvel, thank you, but we're just gonna kind of head in this direction, and they can focus on some of the more Moon Knight, Midnight Suns type of characters, and we can just get our own little like contained world. Because the Defenders, you know, Luke, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, that shit was all NY. That shit, not even, that shit was all Hell's Kitchen and Harlem. Yeah. You know, that shit was Manhattan for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can just get something like that. And I know that I always ask for street level shit, and maybe I'm just having a cheap attempt here at mixing in the street level stuff with some of the supernatural, but I want grit out of this show.
Yeah.
I want grit. Yeah. Out of this movie, sorry.
Now I just want a very brutal fight scenes. I want the brutality to feel a little bit like Dread.
You want that Kempo.
I wanted to feel kind of like Dread. You know, not Judge Dredd. Dread. You know, the guy that doesn't take off his mask, Dredd.
Yeah.
Carl Urban Dredd. That gentleman. I kind of wanted it to be like that. But also, because it's Blade, you get some of that raid in there. Have that good balance of brutality and finesse, because Blade is a very skilled hand-to-hand combatant. But he is stronger than your average human. You know what I'm saying? He has the strength of a vampire. So I just want the action scenes, but I also want them to correlate with the story. Don't just do it to do it.
Yes.
Make sure it can fit into what Cab said. Like, he goes an extra mile, and somebody's like, yo, you didn't need to do that. He goes, are you sure?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Yeah, I absolutely did. You've seen what they do. And when it comes to the...
Like, kill a vampire kid. Like, I don't give a fuck. He's a vampire. He's out.
You had the perfect foil.
The New York nightlife, you first show what everybody sees, the glitz and the glamour. And then, on the other side, the Lower side, you show
the
certain parts of Brooklyn. You show certain parts of the Bronx.
Hell yeah.
You show Battery Park at a certain time. Certain nicks and crannies of Central Park.
Even underground shit, like train stations, you know what I mean? Hell yeah.
Yo, certain parts in the Heights, or wherever you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the West Village is a real popular thing for clubs and nightlife. Boom. Same difference.
And you could do the same thing in London. If this is going to be a Blade in London, you can do the exact same thing in London. It don't got to be New York.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, you have the perfect foil in Black Knight to look at him and go, yo, I think you're going too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Black Knight doesn't know. Yo, you guys just triggered me into something.
Here we go.
Hopefully,
my favorite part of part of the podcast.
Make this Marvel's version of fucking Training Day.
Yeah, that's a yes. And then it's funny
if Blade's fucking 100% on our side or not.
And then we can get that moment where we do know that Blade is on our side, but then you have the Black Knight that's being corrupted by the Ebony Blade this whole time, and now Blade's like, yo, chill, you going a little too far right now, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe we can have them duke it out or something, I don't know, but yeah, and again, it could be in London if you want to do that origin, and we could put them with the Black Knight and B13, whatever that should be, B3, M13, M13. I think I keep thinking of District B13.
Me too.
Great parkour movie.
Absolutely.
That's it. Yeah. Not a great movie, just a great parkour movie. Yeah.
That opening scene alone, yeah.
Yeah. It's, when Buddy falls off the roof, District B13, good freaking parkour movie. But man, just let's get dark. Let's get real. Let's get real.
You know what I'm seeing from everybody's description of what they want to see? The opening of the Batman movie.
But for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
when Batman started, he was already established, at least for the criminals, and they looked into the night and they were afraid. Like, I want to see.
You can literally hear the radio calls. You can literally hear them.
I want that. I want Rowan killing the vampires, the Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
I want that shit where it's like no one is paying attention to this because this don't happen in public.
Yes.
This is where we find out why the vampires are a myth, because they hide in plain sight. They get you outside in the alley.
Correct.
They suck your blood over there, and they make it look like a hit and run or a robbery homicide. You know what I'm saying? And this can also blend into the mutants because the mutants are doing the same thing.
Yes.
And maybe and then I don't need a detective, but I do need a couple of, oh shit, that's Blade. Like in the beginning of the first movie, that's a Daywalker. And he starts smiling like, y'all niggas know.
Yeah.
Everyone's dead here. And then he starts fucking people up. Like, I think that would be phenomenal because this isn't a Marvel movie. Let's get that out of everybody's head. This is a Blade movie.
Please.
We need a Blade, and that's another thing that maybe we need to start doing. We need a Blade movie. We need a Thor movie. We need a She-Hulk TV show.
Which is how it started in the MCU.
Yes.
Where you had these people's own films and then they would get together for the big event.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that would be awesome. And then you get to see the underworld. And if you needed to tie it in through some MCU shit, it would be a low-level guy that has a hunch about this shit. It wouldn't be S.H.I.E.L.D. It wouldn't be Sword.
Some gumshoe.
Yeah, it would be some cop
or trench coat, rocking gumshoe who's at the end of his career, hates his job, smoking cigarettes.
Or a vigilante that was fucking during the blip trying to save people, thinking that he's an Avenger or thinking that he's a real superhero, that bumbles and fumbles his way into this shit and goes, holy shit. And Blade's like, this ain't no joke, son.
Yeah, this is real.
Yeah.
What about Ben Urich?
Yeah.
The
reporter.
Mm-hmm.
The reporter.
Okay.
Gumshoe. I'm getting gumshoe vibes. Yeah, I'm getting gumshoe vibes.
Yeah. And here's a little bit extra tidbit from the nerd here. Toad brought up that, he can't see Blade fighting Kang. If you want to put Blade fighting Kang, you can, because what did Blade go on to do in the comics? He became Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, that's right.
So that motherfucker can jump up if he has to.
I mean, Blade's
bro. If we can see Blade be Sorcerer Supreme, I would fucking lose her. I didn't know that. I'll be honest. I didn't know that.
He was actually really successful in leading part of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And that just happened maybe a year or two ago.
And here's a fun thing.
I have not been keeping up the last 10 years. Maybe the last
he was Ronin at one point. Here's a fun fact too: is he was Ronin at one point. He had the mantle.
So, see, so that I'm not far off when I said I wanted the Ronin.
Yeah. There's so much we could do with this, man. We need a good script, y'all. Fuck.
And the thing is, just like all right, so the way Ant-Man tied into the Avengers, besides Hank Pym already being in the society back in the day, and he left, Stark and all them, was the Spanish dude. It was the Spanish dude. My cousin said that he knows a guy that asked for a guy that wanted to get small, and I'm like, did he ask you because he knows me, or did because this? It's like there could be a guy that's like the reporter. He's like, I don't know Spider-Man, but I follow him. Or I don't know Sam Wilson, but I've done stories on him. And that could be the nurse from the Netflix TV shows where she bumps into what I'm saying?
She's in there, she knows what's up, but she's also looking from the outside in, but she's also in at the same time.
Because I don't need a main character being something. Like I don't need Jubilee running around with Blade.
Yeah.
To bring in the X-Men.
Jubilee.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know, like
you will get the Black Knight running with him though, for sure, which I'm okay with.
But he's not MCU. He's another character that we don't know about, and that could be something that
not yet.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yes, not yet.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. I hear what you're saying.
You know what else could be cool? If you didn't want to take the time to pick one character and figure out how he connects to blah 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 blah. An easy, cheap, satisfying way to do some shit is what's his name? Wheeler? Not Wheeler. What
Whistler?
the fuck is it? Huh? Whistler.
Whistler.
Yeah. If at the end of one of these movies, if you wanted to time somewhere else, Blade's like, oh, I gotta go to New York to chase down somebody. And Whistler's like, yo, I might know a guy who might be able to get you some help. And Whistler just contacts Stick. He doesn't know the extent.
If anybody knows Stick is Whistler.
Or I don't know if Blade's coming out before this or after this, but Blade does have the ability to sense supernatural powers. What if he's sitting there and he's like, one dude is off to him. He senses something. He's like, that's not a vampire. That's something else. But that's none of my concern. And he senses a scroll.
Ooh.
Oh, dude, you just gave me another idea.
Ooh, that's juicy.
That's awesome.
That's juicy.
You know what I would like to see? And this is my pie in the sky moment.
Here we go.
For today. Pie in the sky. We get a fucking awesome Blade movie, right? And at the end, Blade turns around to Kit Harington and is like, yo, I got a whiff of something. We need to track this down. This is bigger than anything we've ever done before.
Morbius.
No. We cut. As soon as he said that, we cut to just a motorcycle wheel and some flames.
Oh,
he's going after dead Ghost Rider.
Oh Lord!
Because Ghost Rider's a fucking demon to him.
He's a demon spawn. Yeah.
You don't know yet.
Oh, that is. We need the Ghost Rider. That's what I'm saying, Cap. I need the Ghost Rider here. I said it earlier. I need it. I would like it.
Dude,
be fun.
He's already there. Donnie Blaze. He already had the fire.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's gonna go sell his soul to that goat.
That's
something we didn't need in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yo. I saw it and I was like,
you see how much we have never reverted back to a show so much as She-Hulk. And that's the funny thing about She-Hulk. As bad as it's been, there's been so much talk about it. So it's like, is there such thing as bad press? Because even with Miss Marvel, maybe we went back to it. Bucky and Cap Winter Soldier, but we're basically every episode we've done of the podcast in She-Hulk, we give it a good 30 minutes describing each episode. We didn't do that with Miss Marvel. We did like a few episodes, the big ones. Maybe it's because there's so much episodes. Well, maybe, but we keep coming back to this show.
Yeah, but also now we have we also have kind of a format of how we do the show now. Before it was, true. It was wing it and ding it.
Wing it and ding it.
Also, not to mention, it's kind of hard to talk 30 minutes on something we all agree is good.
Yeah, absolutely.
When something's good, there's only but so many ways you can compliment it. But when something's bad, we have 4 different perspectives on how each one of us can think it's bad.
Yeah.
And what's so bad about it? Oh my God, man, that's insane about it.
You know what I really want? I don't know if this is gonna be possible, but we only got 2 episodes left. I would like if anybody listening to us now, if one of you guys know. And it's definitely not me because my social circle is has the diameter of a fucking dime. But I would like to get a female on the show who has seen She-Hulk and just get her perspective.
Yeah.
Whether she likes the show or not, just
Absolutely.
get a different voice and let's see from the other side what they're seeing. Because, like I told about the wrestling thing, maybe
I think I might have somebody.
Maybe there's something that we are not seeing, and shit that we don't know that we're not seeing.
Well, I guess it doesn't work because she doesn't like the show either.
But maybe she will give us a different perspective.
Yeah. Tell us from a woman's perspective.
Yeah.
Why the show's bad? Because we're here just talking about the character of She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe there's something else in the show that is bad.
Hey, listen. Yeah, I mean, I'm giving the perspective of I don't like the guys, how the men are being portrayed. Like you can show a man is a piece of shit and a man is stupid, but you don't have to show every man is a piece of shit and stupid.
Yeah. And then take men that we already known to be a certain type. And yeah, I know Wong has always been goofy, always listen to Beyonce, and literally Doctor Strange is behind him stealing books from the library, and he's just like, oh, the single ladies. But like we've seen Wong be very serious, and it's like, again, I know it's confusing if this is before Multiverse of Madness or after. This is after.
Yeah. No,
the whole Abomination thing. It's so weird, but like we've seen Wong go through a lot, and I'm not necessarily trying to say that Wong is stupid in this show. The case with Wong in it was stupid.
Yo, come on.
Dude,
you Sorcerer Supreme, bro. You can't just take the fucking
go and take it from him. Go. Like you be like, yo, listen, I'm legit magic. I'm the Sorcerer Supreme. I got all of Karmartage and the entire freaking universe behind my back. Give me the fucking ring.
Or protect him from the other fucking guy. The guy that's going around killing everyone that's abusing the fucking magic.
Yeah,
Red Belt. Mortal, yeah.
Mortal.
We ever gonna see Mortal again?
Guys, I was a security guard who had no authority to touch people, and I still threw at least one or two motherfuckers out physically.
That was personal.
No, well, one of them was, but the other one, the other one wasn't a personal. The other one was
needed to be done. Needed to be done. Yeah.
But you mean to tell me that I had the space within to do what was necessary, but the Sorcerer Supreme
needed to go do it legally. Meanwhile, you're breaking Blonsky out of jail, and we still have no idea why. Like, whoa, you couldn't have gotten anybody else to do your little whole. Like, we get it. Maybe you needed money to raise for Karmartage.
No, he said why.
Why was he bringing them out?
He's the Sorcerer Supreme.
I don't even pay. Oh, because he needed practice.
No,
and that was bullshit.
Had to fight like a Kumite.
No,
yeah, he needed practice.
That was bullshit. Also, because if you watch Shang-Chi, that wasn't a battle for fucking Sorcerer Supreme, right? That was a training.
Yeah,
he was training Blonsky,
and they were like, they were like hustling everybody. They were both in on it.
Yeah,
and regardless of that, it's like if you really are the Sorcerer Supreme, I would have pulled up to Donnie Blaze's magic axe and just made him look stupid. That's it. Show ended. Just you could have done some portals that made some shit fly back into his face and made him look dumb. Like there's so much you could have done. Like we didn't need you forced a lawyer, you forced a courtroom scene, and it just was whack.
Well, you know what they could have done? Instead of having Wong fucking go to court for this dude, like Wong steal his shit, and then that dude that Cap mentioned a while ago, the magician from the Bronx that knows street magic, that says that Doctor Strange don't know shit about magic.
Mr. Magico.
Yeah, Mr. Magico come in and be like, yo, Wong, you ain't real magic neither. And him show him up. And instead of for it being like a magic off, or like they go in and it's like they're disrupting everything, now she got to defend Wong for destroying a fucking building with the magic.
Yeah, or maybe like, yo, and we're like, yo, hold on. Like, we finally acknowledge, because most of the time when we talk about Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme, it's him that's saying it. Like, only Doctor Strange said, yeah, he got it on a technicality, but maybe now he has to answer to people. as the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's like, no. I got it on a technicality. Like the first time we see him saying that he's not something, I think the whole Donnie Blaze thing was so weak, bro.
Yeah.
So weak.
They could have even done this. Somebody else from Kamatage, who's on a holiday, happens to catch the show and goes, oh shit, that's a fucking sling ring.
Yeah.
And they start the problem. And then that starts a whole legal thing. And then Wong has to come in and and that's why Wong has to come in and do the legal route of sorting out what the fuck's going on, and he can't just blah blah blah, because it had already gotten to that point before he showed up.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about like anticipation for She-Hulk. I remember one of my things was like, yeah, I want good lawyer stuff.
Yeah.
Boy, was that the wrong thing to hope for?
You asked for too much, guys.
I asked for too much.
Yo.
Apparently, a lawyer show can get the good lawyer stuff down.
Yeah, we all asked for too much.
Did you not watch Daredevil? Did you not see how dope?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it every chance I can. Knucklehead Network, everybody who watches us, whenever I get a chance to talk about how good the court stuff was with Daredevil and Punisher, I'm gonna do it. So just get used to it. We couldn't have watched that.
Yeah.
Like, man, that shit was so good.
Or
Punisher
maybe
just derailed that whole case in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
They had it. They had it. And that drama is what made it good. Because it's like, we thought we did it. Yo, we won. Punisher's out. He's like, nah, fuck that. I did all of this shit. Take me to jail, which was a grand scheme for him to get out and do something else.
Yeah.
Is writing really that hard? Cap could have thought of that shit in his sleep.
Word.
Like, we're not writers. I get it, but fuck.
Nah, fuck that. Neither are the people who do the show.
You
could have watched
any
episode of Law and Order.
Yeah.
And you would have been Gucci.
Dude, it's starting to scare me, because we already have the writers of this show.
I don't want to see Matt in court.
Yeah. We already have the writers saying that this show, that they're going for the lowest joke possible, for the easiest joke. They can't write the fucking courtroom scene. We have the director and the script of Blade is already fucked up. We have what I assume is going to be a fucking massive problem when Shuri takes over as the Black Panther. For all the idiots who are going to turn on like, but we didn't see her train. So how the fuck already is she going to I don't foresee anything coming down the pipe that's gonna turn the ship around. Hopefully, Quantumania.
I think Quantumania.
Then that means we wasted where the golden age. You brought up before that there were some bad movies. There wasn't a cluster that wasted an entire fucking phase in the Infinity Saga.
Well,
they might have been bad, but there wasn't a wasted phase.
I would say that, I mean, because phase 1, you needed phase 1. So although phase 1 had some iffy flicks, you needed it to start it.
Yeah, but in all honesty,
phase 2 was weird though.
In all honesty, besides Thor 2,
I hear what you're saying though, Cap. I get you.
Besides Thor 2, all those movies that people said were bad can grow on
you.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They said Thor 2 was bad. And then what did Endgame do? Endgame went and retroactively made Thor 2 fucking amazing.
Same thing with Ultron, with Age of Ultron.
Yep. Yeah. They went back and was like, all right, let's give these a little more gravitas.
I don't think Multiverse of Madness will ever get fixed. I think they're gonna forget. Yeah. I think they're just gonna forget about 838 and move on to another universe and grab characters from there. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong.
But there's already an internal report saying that Kevin Feige never wanted John Krasinski to be the official Mr. Fantastic. He only put it in the movie to just be like, well, the fans want it, so here's for the fans, and that's it. That's why he was such a late reshoot.
Yeah,
that it kind of doesn't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at first I said that I would be upset if they change him, but I'm okay for the troll now. I'm okay with it. I'm all right. Yeah, give us a whole completely new Mr. Fantastic.
One smart enough to not tell Wanda how to kill Black Bolt.
You know what they need? You know what they need? They need a definitive reason why 6 out of 10 people look the same across universes and the other 4 don't.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because I want to know why Wanda looks the same. Strange looks the same. Daredevil and Kingpin look the same.
But the Spider-Mans.
Yeah, Spider-Mans are different. Other motherfuckers are going to be different.
Yeah. I think I forgot where, but I think they mentioned something, but no, we need a reason. We need something.
Yo, and real quick, last thoughts. I also want to throw this in here. Like the same way we're saying that Blade should be its own movie, Black Panther should be its own movie also. Like you got Namor and the gravitas of what happened with Chadwick Boseman. Don't get too cute. Don't get too cute.
Don't get too cute. Don't get too cute.
Because I'm telling you right now, if Black Panther 2 turns out to be one of these fucking movies that we just finished seeing,
yeah,
I might not watch no more shit. Because that's
until Miss Marvel season 2 comes out.
Probably, but I might just turn around and be like, yo, listen, the only MCU I recognize is the fucking Fast and the Furious franchises.
Which has Brie Larson, the greatest Captain Marvel, right, Lee?
Don't disrespect, bro.
Absolutely.
Nah, because I mean, at this point, if you don't give a shit, I'm not giving a shit. And those are the rules I always live by. But again, whoever wants to give their last thoughts.
No, just we need a good Blade, bro. I don't care about I do care about Black Panther. I want I think Quantumania is gonna be the sweet spot, but I just want a good Blade. That's it. I just want a good Blade.
Yeah.
I've been wanting this for so long now. They finally announce it. They pick a great character. They link Black Knight. So we're maybe getting some like London origins, which is true to the character. Everything was like coming up Millhouse, except the fucking script. We got a problem, Feige. The writers ain't cutting it, bro. I don't know if you need to find better writers, give people more money, or maybe just give people a fucking break. I don't know what it is, but let's get back on the ball, bro.
Pass them one of those little paper books. They call them comic books. Pass them one of those.
Or maybe give them some fucking smelling salts and wake them up. Something. Yeah, man. I need a good Blade. Blade is my cutoff point. I said I would always watch Marvel forever. But if you fuck up Blade, I might have to reconsider some. Nah. I'm always going to watch Marvel. I'm never going to say, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how corny and cheesy it is. I will always watch. Because it's like, we've had so much of it. I'm not just going to just stop out of nowhere. And it's like, if I could enjoy fucking Cobra Kai, I could enjoy that. So it's like, but no, and I got to each their own, man. The fatigue is real. Even me, bro, the way that I am with Marvel, and I come home and I watch football before She-Hulk. Sometimes I watch She-Hulk the next day after work. Yeah. I would risk being late and cranky to work to watch Moon Knight. I remember, man, and I remember the Loki episode when they introduced Kang. Some good moments in these shows, man. Yeah. She-Hulk has had. It makes me upset. It makes me sad. Not upset, sad. Because She-Hulk should have been kind of cool. Should have been dope. We'll see. We'll see what the last 2 episodes do. But I mean, if She-Hulk has its Miss Marvel X-Men moment at the end, I still don't think it's enough. Whatever that moment is, because Miss Marvel was so good and then capped off by that moment, which is like, I remember we both got on the chat like, yo, did y'all see? When's the last time we said to each other, yo, did you watch the last episode of She-Hulk? In the chat. We haven't said that once.
Yeah.
We haven't said that once. And I felt like we were saying that every fucking day with Miss Marvel. Every episode we were saying that.
Yeah. That and Moon Knight.
And Moon Knight.
It was always like, yo, did you guys see that episode? And it was like, not yet. When I get home. All right, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and I'll never forget, bro, the last episode of Miss Marvel, that we blew up the chat. We were sending voice notes to each other. Yep. I heard Cap in the back talking shit. Like, it was a cool moment. I don't think we're going to get that with She-Hulk. And don't put Matt in court. If I see Matt taking on some little bullshit case, I'm stopping She-Hulk right there. And I'm not going to mess up Matt for myself. I'm just going to move on to the next project. I don't want to see Matt in court. Not in this show. Not in this show. I just scared myself. I don't want to see Matt in court in this one. Honestly, I don't even want to see Matt. Reshoot him out. It's too late.
Yo, you know, little side note, I'm starting to feel that way with the divas in WWE. I'm starting to be on. So I don't want to see Bianca Belair versus fucking Bayley. So I understand where you're coming from, Caps. I understand.
Mess it up. And honestly, I started thinking this shit because of Cap. Last week he was at 80% nervous. I think now he's at like a cool 95. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you, by next week, Monday, Cap is gonna be like, fuck this. I don't want to see. Last episode. But yeah, I'm nervous now too, man. Like, Matt doesn't have to be rated R Daredevil all the time, getting stabbed in his fucking side. But this show may just be a little too goofy for how good of a character that is. Yo, you know what's crazy? I see Charlie Cox talking in interviews. He looks blind to me. Yeah. Like, I really see him, like, and no disrespect to blind people, of course, but like I see him like wondering. I'm like, who are you looking at? Like, Charlie, who are you looking at? Yeah. I think he's so good into Daredevil that he's just kind of like, look at his interviews. He's like, maybe he has really nice eyes or so. I don't know what it is.
He did an interview at D23 where he said he lost the job after Daredevil was canceled because he was doing a scene. And like they asked him to come in to whatever, and they shot a scene with him, and he forgot to use his eyes.
Yeah,
because he was so used to not using them that he just like stared off, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah,
and he didn't even notice it.
Yeah, man, that shit happens to him every interview. He looks blind. That, like, you know how we say Tony Stark was made for? I would say that he's made for Daredevil, bro. I would say that, and it's like. I at this point, I just don't want him tarnished anymore. And I was so hyped about the meaning for the red and yellow suit. Who knows if that's gonna land now?
Yeah,
I'm nervous, dog. Yeah, Cap is. It's not even about him making me nervous. It's about just being a fucking realist at a point. I tell you guys all the time, I'm a lot nicer to these properties than most of the guys in here. But I'm also honest with myself. I tell you guys, I really like the Eternals, but I understand that Eternals is a 6 on a good day. I get that. You know, Multiverse of Madness, I went back to watch. Y'all know the music fight, I'm not forgiving that. But anyways, I'm nervous. I want a good Blade. And on that note.
Yeah, you want to give your final thoughts?
Per episode I lose faith in She-Hulk, so that's how I'm going down that road. Literally, I started at 100, and right now, man, I'm at 12%, and my battery's dying hard.
12.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't have enough for both episodes.
That's hard.
Yeah. I tell you this, man.
He got 10 minutes of the next episode. That's it.
And it's funny. This next episode is in Spanish. Me quitar lo gusto. Me va a sacar todo. And I'm like, yo, he's gonna take everything. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'll read about the next episode. Or I'll come in here. We'll talk about it. But right now, nothing like that. When it comes to Blade, I'm with Caps 100%. I absolutely love the first one. Love the second one. Don't know what the third one was. The show with Sticky Fingers was weird.
Yo, I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? But I want them
go back and watch it for the culture
to show so much respect to this character and don't don't treat them like you do to a lot of characters that you don't think are big. Even though when you started the Avengers, you started with a bunch of C-list characters, except for Cap. Honestly, they were all C-listers. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blade literally restarted everything that got you to Iron Man, who started it all. Fucking watch your mouth. I love RDJ, but watch your mouth. Respect the real original king. That's Wesley. Word. So I'm telling you, just get it right, man. You know what I'm saying? And you have to fire everybody and their mom from the original and start over. I got no problem with that.
I'm actually okay with the starting over.
Yeah.
Take your time, let it cook. I don't know how it'll fit into the timeline, but who cares? Yep. Take your time, let it cook, rewrite that fucking script, and get it right.
Yeah,
please.
I would rather a well-cooked steak than a raw one.
Absolutely correct.
The time don't mean nothing.
Bro, if this shit gotta come out in phase 7, I'm okay with it. Blade doesn't need to be there for Secret Wars, Secret Invasion. Just we gonna put Blade in here, in cities, exactly. And you gotta be motherfucking Jacques Cousteau. Like, please, just let Blade be good.
I completely agree. Yeah, I just listen. I remember watching the first one in the movies and being completely surprised and blown away.
Yeah, we all went together, right, Le?
Huh?
I think we went together to the first 2.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know if we went to the 3rd, but I know we went to the first 2.
I think that's another reason we went separate journeys, and it was just bad all around.
Yeah,
but when we came back to talk about it, we're like, that shit was bad.
I know for a fact we all went to watch 2 together.
Absolutely, sir.
Maybe not 1, but I'm sure 2 we did. I remember the experience coming out of the theater. I remember.
Yeah, man, and it was one of those. It was like Guardians of the Galaxy, but on tremendous steroids. Because you were like, it was Wesley Snipes, who was already amazing in the shit he did, and then you're like, holy shit, now he's a Marvel superhero that I never knew about, by the way. I had to look him up afterwards. So, you know what I'm saying? Just
all I knew from Blade was the animated series. That's all I knew from him.
So please get this right. We would appreciate it. But most importantly, I'm sorry, I'm doing that politely. Get this fucking right. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason I can't make it out to Hollywood, wherever the fuck you guys are, and have something happen. Fix it.
Anthrax, here it comes.
You literally got the guy.
Old
school. You got the guy. You get the writers. You got the guy. The right guy. All you have to do is get everything else in place. Fix it. That's all you got to do. Very simple. You know what I'm saying? And if it sounds threatening, it's because you better believe it fucking is. Period. Nervous. That's all.
Well said. Cap.
You go. I got to make sure we don't get copyright strike. I'll be right back.
Oh, Dad's music been playing for the past half hour.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that. I'm this close to just fucking getting turn that fucking shit off. I'm my wit's end. But yeah, I mean, yeah, man. I need this shit to be like y'all said. I'm not above all y'all getting fired. And I'm not the quickest when it comes to fire these people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand people need jobs, especially during this pandemic. I get it, but
it's sometimes shit happens, but now I'm on some. It can't keep happening.
Yeah, if you're not committed, committed 100%, you need to go.
Yeah,
and it's just we've seen this happen throughout this entire phase. Changing of directors, changing of writers, scripts not meeting demand. It's nervous. Like this, the last thing you wanted to hear was that Blade was going through this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you seen the shit show DC goes through with their shit consistently.
To hear Ali saying he was about to walk off, that's nerve-wracking.
That's crazy. And I get it because
as hyped as he was to be Blade,
absolutely,
for him to just be like, bro, y'all don't fix this shit, I'm out. That's crazy. Nowadays, you don't turn down that Marvel check. Remember, there was a time where people thought they did a superhero movie and they fucked up their career.
Yeah.
We might just be right back there if this shit keeps failing. And nowadays, everybody want to be in the MCU. Everybody want to be in DC. So to have someone like him as happy as he was, like, yo, I'm out of here. That's fucking scary.
And you can't have Ryan Gosling come and replace him either. That's one thing that Ryan Gosling can't
do. But for like part 2.
Yeah.
The White Walker.
Around where Blade was white, floating around
the White Walker.
Yeah.
The White Walker. Or you could just make Ryan Gosling and Whistler, and we're back on track.
That's it.
Although I would like to see a black Whistler.
Yeah.
Which I think they have confirmed that he's going to be Whistler. I think there's going to be a black dude. Apparently, he's going to be Whistler.
It should be Wesley, but you know.
Yeah, it should be Wesley.
If Wesley could be Whistler, oh my God.
Baja Panties.
Yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever you want, come take it. Whatever you want. You make Wesley. Because I'm saying original. I mean, the whole Whistler thing is weird because Whistler was like made for the movie. Like he had his mentor, and then in the comics he had it's like a mentor. It was never really like this white dude, whatever. So there's a lot of back and forth with the Whistler thing. I would like to see it be the black dude, but like if we're gonna stick more of like the old film and you want to do a cool white guy, whatever. Just maybe we could just make it Wesley Snipes though.
Oh, and I always forget to say that. Props to the guy that played Whistler, man. He was crazy.
No, yeah,
killed it.
Killed it.
Yeah,
killed it. My man had a bum leg the entire 3 movies. My man could never walk right. My man was hobbling with the shotgun the whole time. Hobbling, bro.
He's over here lighting, knowing damn well he has cancer, lighting up a stove. Meanwhile, while he's putting gas into the whip, it's literally like a foot away from his arm. He's on some
Constantine vibes.
I'm like, yo, my man. Clearly, the level of danger, you don't give a fuck.
Constantine
gas,
vibes, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You don't care, do you? You know what I'm saying?
I'll never forget that. The doctor tells Constantine, like, yo, you know, you got lung cancer, my man. Just lights up a cigarette. It's like, well, it's too fucking late now.
Oh, that reminds me of
I gotta go back and watch that movie. I'm excited for part 2. Well, let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, with when I heard the Keanu,
I'm ready. I would love to. Tell people all the time the movie's underrated. Yeah, the movie is underrated. Oh yeah,
just don't give me Matrix 4.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because Keanu is like everybody's giving Keanu $30 million to just make movies, so he's gonna get $30 million to make this movie, and I just hope they don't phone it in. But we've gone too long. Sorry.
Fun thing of Berserker, the comic book that he helped write and make. They're making a script of it now. They're gonna make it a movie. So if you guys get a chance to read that comic, and so if the movie does come out, you have a better understanding. You're not sitting there like, what?
What's the other one? Berserker and
the one is Cyberpunk, I believe. It's based on the game. I think he did that one.
Cyberpunk is incredible. There's another one that you guys were telling me to do. Berserker. There was like a cop one, I think. Forget. I'll remember and I'll tell you in the chat.
No problem.
Something you were telling me to watch.
Yeah, Cap is.
Or I mean, to tell me to read.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll see you right there.
On that note.
Well, Cap, you got your final thoughts?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my final thoughts are simple. Kevin Feige, don't forget what you are. And don't forget what Marvel is in the MCU and in the comics. This can be the horror movie we want. This can be so much different. We gave you horror movie. We gave you Training Day. We gave you a myriad of things here just within ourselves that it could be. All of them good. Find somebody. Fuck this whole thing of trying to let's give people a chance. Find somebody who actually knows and loves the character. And
Henry Cavill this shit.
Go with it.
Henry Cavill this shit.
Yeah. How about we do that? Instead of giving directors and shit and let's try new things, how about we just find people like, hey, what's your favorite character? Cool. You want to make that movie? Let's fucking make it. Because when the people behind the screen love the character as much as the people who are going to watch it, magic happens.
Kamala Khan.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Saying Henry Crab, look at Henry thing in The Witcher.
Yeah.
The guy's a gamer. He read the books. The books.
Yo, he told
like,
the prop department that the sword didn't look right.
Henry Cavill, to be honest, if Henry Cavill doesn't ever get another role again, he should start fucking directing.
Absolutely.
Word.
That guy's passion alone could carry a movie.
Yo, what about Henry Cavill for Whistler? Get a little gun action there.
A little.
He got a white wig laying around.
Yeah.
He got a few.
That he does.
Oh.
And on that note,
you could put Henry Cavill on anything.
You just can't put mustard on Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, right?
No. Mustard's only on delicious.
Yeah, he's the perfect Superman.
Yeah, it's almost like we've seen that before.
Yeah, right. It's just been in bad era. It's just been in bad movies.
I like Man of Steel. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man of Steel is
all the way up to the part where they destroy the entire planet.
That's why I like
Man of Steel was
especially with Zod not knowing how to control his powers. That made
they've destroyed everything.
All the way up.
Godzilla versus King Kong had less damage.
I just gotta say, Man of Steel was good all the way up until, hey, you can move faster than everybody in here can see. Don't save me. You gotta let me die.
Yeah,
because Lord forbid people find out that you're fucking Superman, which nobody knows who I am now. Now I'm Superman. Nobody knows who what the fuck are you talking, Kevin Costner? But all right, that's.
I mean, with all due respect, that same guy gave us The Postman, so he deserved it.
Yeah, and Waterworld.
Same.
And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out. Peace, everybody.